See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Applebee's daily deals for $9.99 and under. There's a deal every day for everyone. Just $9.99 and under. That's all day, every day. Get into your local Applebee's now. Daily deals are dine-in only in limited locations listed on nrpneighborhood.com. Limited time only while supplies last. Participation varies.
Get ready to save with Spectrum One. You get Spectrum Internet delivering fast and reliable speeds for $49.99 a month. Free advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced privacy and security. And a free Spectrum mobile line with unlimited talk, text, and data, plus nationwide 5G. Go to spectrum.com/save more and use the Spectrum One savings calculator to see how much you can save today. Offer subject to change. Valid for qualified residential customers only. Service not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
On How Rude, Tanneritos, the Full House Rewatch podcast. Join characters Stephanie Tanner and Kimmy Gibbler, also known as actresses Jodie Sweetin and Andrea Barber, as they relive every episode of your favorite Friday night comfort show.
We spent our entire childhoods on a little show called Full House, playing frenemies, but becoming besties whenever the cameras weren't rolling. And now, 35 years later, it's our biggest adventure yet.
Listen to How Rude, Tanneritos on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Injured? Hire America's largest injury firm, Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. You are now listening to The Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
That's right, guys. Here we go on a Tuesday edition of the Jim Colbert Show. Thanks so much for tuning in. We appreciate that, as we do every single day. And we do have a good show for you today. We'll get you caught up on what's happening out in the world. Deb's Woke News will do that around 3:20. Top of the 4 o'clock hour. What'd you do that's new? We'll go over to Jack's very, very interesting podcast, Hidden Brain, The Pleasure...
Paradox of Pleasure.
Paradox of Pleasure, and it is absolutely amazing. Plus, we'll get Ross's suggestion for next week. 5 o'clock hour to trivia. End it all up with Ross thoughts and last call. Plus, we'll have your text talkbacks and calls all day long. Welcome to the program. I am Jim. To my left, my lovely and very dangerous co-host, Ms. Deb Roberts.
Hello there.
Straight ahead producer Jack Bradshaw.
Good afternoon.
Comedy alien Ross Padgett.
Jim, you're going to have to cut me off. Keep cutting me off. Speak.
407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Find us easily on social. Instagram, Facebook at The Jim Colbert Show. On Twitter, it's just at Jim Colbert Show. And, of course, all day, every day at JimColbertLive.com. How's it going? Everybody good?
Good.
Oh, yeah. Tuesday.
Tuesday's the weirdest day of the week.
It's Monday's ugly sister.
It's the cheapest day to go see a movie.
Is it really?
I believe so.
I had no idea. I didn't know that there was a day that you could do that. What differs Tuesday's admission fee from any other day?
I think because it's probably the slowest movie day of the week, that many theaters did like $5 movies. But I do know on the Movie Pass app, where your movies are based on credits, you spend credits to see a movie, it's half of what it would be any other day.
So normally it's like 12 credits. And
yeah, this would be 6.
Wow, really? Yeah. Not bad, huh? What's that equal in money, though? I mean, how does that work out like that?
So for $10, I get 32 credits a month.
Damn, really? That's not bad at all.
No, it's not. Now, if I went to a new movie on Friday night, it would be 30 credits.
I got you. Yeah.
If I went to, I could go to a movie tonight and it's 12 credits.
Right,
or
yeah,
10.
yeah.
No, it would be 7.5 credits. Yeah.
Half?
Yeah, I don't know how they do it.
Yeah. But there's nothing out right now, right? Although I hear there are a couple horror, though I know for a fact there are a couple horror movies that are out right now that are supposed to be stone cold bangers. Have you heard about the movie Talk to Me?
Yeah, it's supposed to be pretty good.
About the cadaver hand?
Ew.
There's like a cadaver hand on the table, and you hold the cadaver's hand, and you say something, and it says, talk to me, and I guess for like a minute and a half or something, you get access to another world or whatever, but you can't stay any longer than a minute and a half, or you get stuck in it, or you get haunted or whatever. And they're using that old theater thing. What did they used to do for scary movies when they promoted them? You guys remember this?
Oh, yeah, people throwing up.
Passing out, running out of the theater.
This one woman bled from her eyes.
Yeah, that's what they're doing for this movie. It looks damn good, and all the reviews say it's pretty amazing. And I told you guys I saw the new Exorcist trailer.
Oh, yeah.
And it looks particularly demonic.
Yeah. I checked that one out. Let's just say I was glad the sound was off.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
You know, you were talking about Tuesdays being kind of lame.
Well, no, yeah, it's just
I'm with you, though.
It's the weird day of the week, right? It's too far away from the weekend to get excited.
I don't want to die on a Tuesday.
I don't either.
I don't want to be one of the people who dies on a Tuesday. There's every other day is better to die.
I agree with that.
But if I die on a Tuesday, I'm just going to feel like lame.
Yeah, my mom died on a Tuesday.
Really?
No, I'm joking.
All right.
Trying to make you feel bad.
Hey, good timing there.
The 7 credits. It's not 7.5. It's just
Okay.
7 credits if you go on Tuesday.
He had to check.
Had to get that.
He had to check, man.
He had to get that cleared out just in case the movie pass people
Well,
were listening. He didn't want to say anything erroneous.
I hate when we get stuff wrong and not fix it. You know,
Good
because
point,
someone,
Jack.
You are the worst show.
someone listening
Yeah.
knows, and they're like, "Oh, come on, Bradshaw, get it right."
Oh God. Yeah, I have no. The thing is, I don't go. I was supposed to go see Oppenheimer and Barbie last weekend. We're not going to be able to do it again this weekend because of kids are coming into town because it's my wife's birthday this weekend, so we're having a little party.
Ooh.
And so the kids that are out and around, the one that was in Cyprus is flying in tomorrow. She's only going to be in town for a little bit before she goes back to Greece if it doesn't burn down.
Yeah.
Because it's straight up burning down. And then the one that's coming that lives in Denver is coming in town. So God, for the first time in a while, all the guys will be home. So I'm not doing anything but chilling with them.
It's a grease fire?
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I tell her. 407.
That was a pun.
916 104. It's funny though. I didn't have to talk about it in the first segment, but Jack, the movie world is seeing. It's so funny how timing is. You guys ever wonder about that in life? Sometimes you're just like, man, of all the times this could happen, it's happening now. Like, how many times do you ask yourself that during a week or whatever when something just absolutely perfectly times out to be the worst situation? Because the owner of Regal Cinemas, which is Cineworld, emerged from bankruptcy today, which is a great sign, right? Like, you think to yourself, that's a great sign. Oppenheimer and Barbie. Barbie made another almost $100 million 2 weekends in a row. That's unheard of these days.
Yeah, looking like it's going to join the $1 billion club.
That's right.
First movie ever directed by a female to make that kind of box office
I
bank.
think she wrote it too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she wrote the thing too. So with that said,
Gerwig.
Yeah,
Greta
Gerwig.
So with that said, Oppenheimer, of course, had another big, powerful weekend. Big cinema is back on the big screen, and of course, what happens? Strike. Like, all the actors are on strike.
Oh, right.
Jamie Foxx makes an appearance. He's got that new movie called They Cloned Tyrone. I tried to watch that on Netflix the other day. It did not work for me.
Oh.
So I don't know what the deal is with it. I didn't even see the Jamie Foxx portion of it. Just the beginning of the movie just did not hit me.
No.
Yeah, first couple of minutes of a movie, if I'm watching something like that, it's got to hit me pretty good for me to pay attention. It did.
Experience. I've been going to the movie theater a lot with my wife. Saturday, matinee, we day drink. We never take edibles, and then we watch a movie.
Right, yeah. Right.
And it is really growing to be one of my favorite weekend traditions. And it also, getting onto that rhythm or just that schedule of going to a movie theater once a week really reminded me of how much I've robbed myself of watching movies in my home. The movie theater stays undefeated.
1,000%.
And I'll tell you one reason exactly why. It's because you spent money to go and see that movie. And this is the same exact thing with a live audience when I'm doing stand-up. When you spend money on a ticket, you're going to pay attention.
Most of the time.
To lean into it. Now, fast forward at home. I've got 2 dogs.
Right.
My wife's on her phone. I got a text.
Right,
I feel comfortable answering that text. I don't feel comfortable doing that at a movie theater.
You shouldn't.
It's just a reminder movie theaters are so good at delivering a movie, way better than any living room.
And I agree with that. And you don't get as fired up about the movie when you're watching it in your home. Even if you have a nice theater system or whatever, we got a couple big TVs and stuff. I don't have like crazy surround or anything like that.
It's great.
But when you go into the theater, you do expect it's like even to see the trailers. You to go in there and sit through 15, 20 minutes of trailers. I even find that kind of interesting. I mean, you're seeing what's new. You feel immersed in the entertainment world as opposed to just watching it on TV. There we go. We'll start it. And then, like you said, you can stop, you can pause it, you can go get ice cream, you get back up, you get a call from your mom. You know, your kids could come in, your dog's got to go to the bathroom. All that takes away from the experience of the story of a well-made movie. You don't really get that in the theater. You get, it delivers right there. Look, the last movie I saw in the theater was the Top Gun movie.
Yeah,
went twice in the theater and loved the experience from beginning to end. Loved it. And I got to get back in there. I will go see Barbie and Oppenheimer while it's still out.
You follow Mark Maron on Instagram?
Not on Insta, no. I just listened to the podcast.
My wife showed me, he did a Instagram review of Barbie and called it a masterpiece.
Yeah, it's great.
And he broke down why.
Yeah, it's supposed to be amazing. Yeah.
I saw it. It's great.
Yeah. Did you see it yet?
I have not seen Barbie.
You saw Oppenheimer.
I saw Oppenheimer. And just when I saw that was a 3-hour film that I also felt like didn't really feel like 3 hours.
I agree.
But it's because being in a movie theater helps because you're so focused. You have all the distractions are gone. And even when you do have a distraction, it's rude to be on your phone. Don't be that person.
Right.
You have no other option but to watch the movie.
I made the whole 3 hours of Oppenheimer without a pee break.
Good for you.
I planned
At your age?
I had to plan my fluid intake from that morning.
Oh, no, dude. I go in there just ripping down those 75-ounce Dr. Peppers, and they pour them perfectly, a big tub of popcorn, no butter. I'm not a butter guy. You can write that down.
Really?
Not a butter guy. I'm a plain popcorn guy. I think the natural flavor of the popcorn gives it a nice buttery flavor already.
Yeah.
Does have to have the right salt content, though. But now because of my diverticulitis thing, I'm not supposed to eat popcorn.
Talk about old guy.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
Okay, easy.
Does sitting for 3 hours aggravate your swollen prostate as well?
Shut your mouth. It's not swollen anymore. I've got the doctor with the finger to prove it.
You know what I did write down? What I did write down was the price of the small popcorn at $9.99.
Oh, my
and
God
I'm
almighty.
like, there is no way.
There
is no way.
You know what my favorite thing is about movie theaters? Their combo deals. The balls to write the word deal on that is really too much. Like, oh, a combo deal. Oh my God, that's a half a bucket of popcorn, a large soda, and a candy choice for only $27.75. Sure, you're right. That is a great deal.
Dad,
deal. That's a quarter cup of popcorn, a grand total of 1 cent investment.
Dad, where am I going? You're being used as currency for a hot dog.
Right, exactly. Yeah, so Cineworld, the world's second largest theater, of course, behind AMC, went into bankruptcy last September after a punishing 2 years during the pandemic. They emerged, though. They cut its debt from by $4.53 billion, raised $800 million in new equity capital and secured debt financing of $1.71 billion. So it looks like they're going to be back into the world, the Barbie world. And Barbenheimer has had has had a great input. So what's behind them though? Are there any other major releases? They can still release movies. The strike, you're still allowed to release a movie that's already in the can, right?
Correct.
Do we know what's up next? What the big release is going to be next? Like I haven't seen anything. I know the horror movie genre is going to be coming up soon. Like usually the minute that fall hits.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to remember the previews that I've seen. So we have Haunted Mansion that just came out.
Right.
They have a Bob Marley movie. I think it's called One Love. That's coming out early 2024.
And but I mean, going into the fall season, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's the fall season.
Coming soon, you have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, that's supposed to be a big one.
Meg 2.
Oh, the shark movie?
Yeah.
Jason Statham?
Yep. Gran Turismo.
That's supposed to be a big one, right?
Yeah, then you have some horror stuff like The Last Voyage, Dementor.
Okay.
Or Demeter.
All right.
Let's see. The Hiding Place.
But they said that the movie Flash and the Indiana Jones movie were a bit of a letdown. They expected that to be a big push as well, but it wasn't as big a hit as they thought.
And I even heard the movie was pretty good, but no one cares about DC, DC universe. You did too much bad.
I think a big one coming out, or that will be big, is Wonka.
Oh, really? That's right. The reboot. Oh.
Timothy Chalamet is Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
And the preview actually looks pretty good.
All right.
And that's the one that got all the heat because they used actors instead of dwarves or whatever.
Yeah,
because Hugh Grant is one of the Oompa Loompas. And it looks pretty damn funny.
Well, it will make for a cute protest.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Got a bunch to talk about today, Deb. News?
Yeah, we're going to share the good news about a missing Florida teen is found safe, according to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. Believe it or not, but leprosy cases are on the rise in Florida. And a Chinese zoo denies its bears are really humans in costumes.
Have you seen the photographs?
You cannot tell me that's a real bear.
Oh, man.
That is a man's butt in a costume. I don't care what anybody says.
That is the new purple dress, green dress, or whatever that is.
Silver or black, yeah.
There ain't no way. I look at that photograph like, come on.
I know, seriously?
Come on.
That's a bear.
We're going to talk about that and more coming up next during Woke News.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Back in a sec with Deb's News and more of the Jim Colbert Show.
Sure, you could call your family, but then they'll start calling you all the time. Instead, just say, Alexa, play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
What's happening? I hope you're having a great Tuesday so far. And right now on the major highways and roads of Orlando, a little bit of your usual delay. That's, of course, east and westbound on I-4 approaching State Road 535, but nothing major there. Actually, nothing major in the rest of the major highways and roads, including east and westbound lanes of the 408, also north and southbound of the Turnpike. North and southbound of the Greenway is also clear, and no issues reported on the 429 toll. Our Safe Touch Security traffic zipline number is 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black with your report.
This report is sponsored by Audible.
Boost your imagination with Audible. Listen to the biggest selection of audio entertainment, from celeb memoirs to motivation and more. Audiobooks, podcasts, and originals. There's more to imagine when we listen. Sign up for a free trial at audible.com.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here for my friends over at Life Imaging FLA. Man, in just one visit, Life Imaging FLA showed its worth to me. 55 years old, I just can't shrug off lingering aches or unexplainable pain anymore. And now with known kidney and prostate issues on both sides of my family, immediately I pay attention. I do not ignore that anymore. The instant I had an opportunity to visit these guys over at Life Imaging FLA for that free heart scan, I didn't pause for a second. What do we find? Of course, we've talked about this. Cyst on my kidneys, mildly enlarged prostate. I took that scan directly into my primary care doctor, and we started building a plan immediately, which is exactly what you can do. And guys, for you, so you know, the peace of mind is kind of hard to explain, and even better, you feel more in tune with your body. That way you can get the most out of life. There's no dyes. You don't take off your clothes, and it only takes minutes. Don't wait. Do what I did. Call the guys over at Life Imaging FLA right now. Get that free heart scan, just a few minimum requirements. That is a $699 value. And while you're there, ask about their cancer screening as well. Just pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the keyword free heart scan. That's pound 250. Say the keyword free heart scan, and you'll be connected in seconds. Make that call today. Don't wait another second. Remember, you'll have the option to receive a one-time auto dial text message from iHeartMedia.
Ow. Okay, it's all right. Let's just start over. And one, and oh.
Ballroom dancing is a lot like saving for retirement.
Okay, class. Switch up partners.
Oh, thank goodness.
It's way easier with someone who knows the right moves. With Fairwinds Credit Union as your dance partner, you can glide into financial freedom by saving more and planning for your future. Visit fairwinds.org/together and become a member today. Fairwinds. Financial freedom happens here. Federally insured by NCUA.
O'Reilly. Increase your vehicle's performance and gas mileage with Lucas Fuel Treatment at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Simply add it to your tank at your next fill-up to eliminate carbon and varnish deposits. Right now, get 2 bottles of Lucas Fuel Treatment for $10. See store for details. Stop by your local O'Reilly Auto Parts store or shop online at O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. Sometimes the speed of life is too fast, and your budget needs a beat to catch up. Amscot Cash Advance, up to $500 fast with no credit check. Amscot, some restrictions apply, subject to approval.
If you're suffering and there's a safe, natural, easy-to-use solution to help make you feel better, wouldn't you at least want to try it? That's why millions of people use Navage nasal care to help relieve their symptoms of sinus congestion, allergies, snoring, and other nasal-related problems. I'm Martin Hoke, and I invented Navage to make cleaning your nose easy. Navage uses powered suction to pull saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, helping flush out everything that makes you miserable. Nearly 4 million people use Navage to breathe better, snore less, and feel healthier. People like Dee, a verified Navage user who writes, "From years of having a permanently stuffed up nose to being able to breathe is life-changing. Food tastes better, and I no longer go through boxes of tissue a day," unquote. Navage is the safe, drug-free solution you've been looking for. Available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Rite Aid, Target, and Navage.com. Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
There are more identity threats than you realize. Even if you monitor your credit, only a little personal info needs to leak out, like your social security number or password,
for you to become a victim.
LifeLock alerts you to threats you could miss. If your identity is stolen, a dedicated US-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft or monitor all transactions, but everyone can save up to 25% off their first year with promo code NEWS. Go to lifelock.com.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
When you're clocking out and happy hour's already started. But you're clocking out and happy hour's already started. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Pick up Bud Light at your local convenience store today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Welcome to the Unlit Life. It's this place where you feel free, like enjoying a low-key get-together with friends instead of a wild night on the town style of free. When you can enjoy a moment with Blue Vapor just because. You know, the everyday doesn't have to feel so everyday. With Blue e-cigs, you can get stuff done and still have fun. And when we let ourselves get unlit, we start really living. Blue. Get unlit. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. Underage sale prohibited. Blue is a trademark of Font Molding 4BV. Copyright 2022. Fontum US LLC.
Best price the first time. OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade. We now return to the Jim Colbert Show.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Want to leave us a talk back? You can do that. Go get the iHeartRadio app. It's free. Download that. Then go to Real Radio. Once you get it, you'll see a microphone there. Use that to send a message on down the line. Jackson will put it on the air if it's good. Maybe if it's not. I mean, we let Larry on the air.
We do. Sometimes we're just looking for that thought starter.
That's right. That's it. All right, welcome back. I'm Jim. Jack and Ross right over there. Let's get a check of the news. Here's Deb.
And now,
moving.
It's time
moving it.
News.
It seems like kind of a misuse of the whole world.
On the Jim Colbert Show.
All right, woke news, as always, brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don. An Amber Alert for a missing 14-year-old girl has been canceled. Thankfully, the FDLE issued the alert late yesterday saying Barbara Zdanska was last seen in Daytona Beach getting into a van with a 14-year-old boy named Carlos. Early this morning, authorities announced that the van she'd been traveling in had been located, but the teen was still missing. That changed just before 1 p.m., though. The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children tweeted that Barbara had been found safe, but no other details were released.
Mm-hmm.
All right, tens of thousands of Central Florida residents will not lose health care coverage following a last-minute agreement. Orlando Health released a statement earlier this morning saying it has reached a new multi-year contract with insurance provider United Healthcare following months of negotiations. This was a a pretty scary moment for a lot of Central Floridians who are like, oh, am I going to have to find because they wouldn't have been able to go to.
God, could you imagine? I can find out homeowners insurance and medical insurance all in the same year.
Well, and you wouldn't have been able to use Orlando Health.
Right.
You wouldn't have been able to go to any of their doctors or clinics or anything. So the previous contract expired at midnight. If the companies did not reach an agreement, it would have caused more than 70,000 Orlando Health patients to be out of network, which we all know can, for a lot of folks,
it's cheap though, right? When you're out of network.
And some of the plans, to keep the plans low, like one of the options we have is you're not allowed to use out of network. There's no credit for you using out of network.
No. Exactly.
So that's a non-starter for a lot of people.
A lot of people.
But this is good news.
This is good news. Yeah.
Because
they reached a deal and they averted that.
Just a reminder that this is good news.
We're so used to the news not being good news.
Oh, hang on. We just got started.
Hold my beer.
Come on. That's right. Hold my beer. Details surrounding the contract have not been released, but sigh of relief for those 70+ thousand folks. All right, cases of leprosy, also known as Hansen's disease, are spiking in Florida.
Oh, God. Hey, dude, you dropped your finger.
The CDC released an August report saying Central Florida is responsible for almost 1/5 of the nation's leprosy cases and 81% of those detected in the Sunshine State. Now, the CDC clarified earlier reports of a travel advisory having been put in place by saying there is currently no travel advisory for Florida. The disease primarily impacts someone's skin and parts of the nervous system, causing nerves to become swollen. Now, scientists believe there are several causes to the infections, including bacteria in soil, armadillos, and person-to-person contact. With this particular outbreak, they say it's happening from person to person and everyone is being treated, but again, between that and malaria, just not something you expected to hear spiking in the state of Florida.
And if you have yet to learn about leprosy, just Google those images for yourself and then realize to stay very far away from leprosy.
Yeah, exactly.
It's biblical.
Yeah.
It is. All right, something for Jack. I don't think this affects you in your neighborhood. You haven't mentioned anything, but hundreds of other Seminole County residents are under a boil water advisory, and we've talked about how much of a pain those can be. The city of Winter Springs says crews who were working on a fiber optic line caused a water main to rupture yesterday. My bad. Officials say the affected area grew overnight to include more than 400 homes along the Showa Boulevard south to 3rd. Showa.
Keep going.
Showa Boulevard south to 3rd Street.
All right.
Okay.
The boil water notice is in effect until further notice. Are you in the clear?
I think I'm good.
You're in the clear.
They also said, don't be such a baby. At least it's not I-4 dioxane.
Hey, that's got to be a metaphor for something, right? That us trying to get better internet ruined water.
Well, in other water news,
hey, if I don't have internet, I can't learn what I'm going to get for my bad water.
Right, exactly. Millions in federal funding will be a game changer for the residents of Polk County.
Okay.
That's what County Commissioner Chair George Lindsay said last week about $300 million in loans the EPA awarded the Polk Regional Water Cooperative. Now, the upper Floridan Aquifer is the county's primary source of water, but it may be unable to meet demand as soon as 2035. So the PWRC is building 2 new water treatment or production facilities to treat water from the lower Floridan Aquifer. That water could enter the supply in just 4 years. And an official tells ABC Action News over on the Gulf Coast the project will ensure the county has sustainable water for another 20 years.
Yeah, Grady Judd said if it doesn't start producing water, they're going to shoot
it. My question is, what are you going to do after 20 years?
Yeah, no joke.
Because, I mean, everyone is moving to Florida.
Yeah. 600,000 people a year or something, right?
It's just ridiculous.
You know, I think that you hear that question a lot. But what are you going to do in 20 years? And then they don't have an answer.
No, they don't. No.
We'll worry about it then.
We'll worry about it then. All right. For our folks over in Brevard County, and we know there are plenty of you, we just want to let you know that drivers may be experiencing some delays in portions of Brevard County throughout the day today and really up until tonight. Brightline is planning to conduct their high-speed test runs for the portion of its new Central Florida route. So the test is going to focus on railroad tracks through 7 cities or towns. That's including Cocoa and Melbourne. The passenger train could reach speeds up to 110 miles per hour as it makes sure the equipment is ready to go for services to South Florida to begin later this year. Today's exercise is, like I said, expected to run through at least 7 o'clock tonight.
I got to tell you, man, I love the way that sounds, but man, have we isolated the train thing well enough for it to go 110 yet? I mean, isn't it like, remember when they started the train thing around here, it was like every other day. It seemed like there was something getting hit by a train.
You're not going to have much trouble here in our area because the track really runs along the 528 beach line there, right? So you're not going to have a lot of crossings there.
That's a bigger issue in South Florida.
It is, and they have been experiencing that. But they have been doing testing for over a year on that, and you do get, the same accidents you get with our light rail.
I cannot wait to load up in that thing and just haul ass to Miami.
I know, and not have to worry about, like, let's say for my next story, filling up your gas tank.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't get a DUI on a train.
Oh, yeah.
I just filled up on Monday and thought, whoa, this is expensive enough. Well, just wait, because drivers across Florida are paying significantly more for gas following an overnight jump. AAA says the state average is currently $3.74 a gallon. That's almost 10 cents more than just yesterday. It's nearly 20 cents higher than this time last week. The most expensive regions are located, again, South Florida. Prices have surpassed $3.80 there. The organization says oil prices have risen by 15% in the past 5 weeks. Part of the reason of that increase is the higher the heat indices, which is causing fuel costs to rise as well.
Saw $3.89 on the way to work today. $3.89. That same gas station, because it's got a green light, so you can kind of see, it's a green and red light. Green for the diesel, red for the regular gas.
Yeah.
So it gets my attention,
right?
Because it's very bright. So I see it coming to work every day. Just yesterday, it was $3.69. $3.89 today.
Damn.
I like when it's 3:59 because I drive by waiting for it to change to 4 o'clock. It's the weirdest thing.
And the higher those gas prices, the more and more people care less about the whole Live PGA merger.
Right, yeah, nobody cares.
A town in Orange County could move forward today with plans to add affordable housing. The Eatonville Town Council is expected to vote on a plan to buy the Smith's Eatonville Motel near West Street and Kennedy Boulevard. The motel would be converted into a mixed-use project called the Eatonville Town Shop Center. It would include affordable units. The town would buy the land with a $2 million grant from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. All right, neighborhoods all across America, and that includes those here in Florida, are going to be celebrating National Night Out this evening. What year do you think this national event is now an annual event? National Night Out. I thought I remembered it when it started, but...
I'll go 83.
Oh, 94.
I've never heard of this. I'll go 89.
It's 40th year, actually. You've never heard of National Night Out?
No.
Yeah.
Why? This should be a bigger thing.
Did I nail it? I felt like I nailed it.
That's 83. You said it's 40th year?
It's 40th year.
That's 83, right?
Dong me up, dog.
I don't know. She seems confused.
Dong me up,
Deb
dog.
has to confirm.
Dong 'em up, dog.
Oh, give it to me.
There's the show.
Oh, my God.
It's stereo.
If you're just joining us, we played a recording of something that also happened live on air. That was weird.
But for those who don't know, National Night Out is where police,
party.
No. Sheriff's office and police departments around the country ask you to put your porch light on.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Now, for a lot of organizations or a lot of cities, they'll actually have block parties with music and food, and it's an opportunity to broaden the relationship between your local police and the community. So they say, they can't make the city streets safer without the community's help. So this allows the community to get to know the officers, vice versa, maybe, start a friendship, a relationship, an ability to...
It's a straight up cop street party, dog.
Many events are set to take place. Like I said, we'll feature games, music, and food. You can find more information online at natw.org.
Yeah.
All right, Goodwill is offering discounts for Central Florida teachers as the upcoming school year approaches. The nonprofit says it will give educational staff, the ones who need the break, 10% off their purchases when they shop at locations in Brevard, Lake, Orange, Osceola, Seminole, and Volusia counties. Educators will need to show a valid school ID at checkout. But the deal is available for the rest of the month.
I can't have needy teachers getting in the way of my side hustle. Okay? So they can back off.
All right. Well, Florida's lieutenant governor was at a state park in Palm Beach County today with a message for residents.
Time out. Can anyone name her?
Who?
The lieutenant governor.
Come on, Republican.
Oh, my goodness.
She was on your ticket.
Yeah, Jeff Kottkamp is the only one I got, and that's like 4 governors ago.
Yeah, was it really? No, the one I'm thinking of is the Attorney General, I believe. Is Ashley Moody? What is she?
She's the Attorney
She's
General.
the AG?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Sarah McGillicuddy.
No, I think it's more of a Hispanic.
Yeah.
I do not know.
Oliveira.
Oliveira, right. Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
No, it's not.
Yes.
The Oliveira is the guy from Trump's Mar-a-Lago who was asked to serve. No, this is
I can't remember who it is.
Jeanette Nunez.
Oh, yeah, no
I
chance.
was so close.
Ross was closer.
I think her son plays second base for the Rays, right?
Well,
He said McGillicuddy.
Yeah, that's Hispanic.
Irish.
Anyway, she was at a state park with a message for residents. Get outdoors and enjoy the savings.
There you go.
Jeanette Nunez reminds us that the Freedom Summer reminds us that the Freedom Summer sales tax holiday runs through September 4th, and it means savings on admission to state parks, as well as museums, several outdoor items like fishing poles, snorkels, paddle boards and canoes, even surfboards, all with price restrictions in place, but that's going on right now the same time that the school supply tax holiday is also going on.
That's actually very cool.
Concert tickets, you can save tax money on that.
Like longboards, a lot of kids in college
Yeah.
longboards.
Barbecue, picnic tables, anything that you would do to celebrate outside. Check the list. Because you can save, Jack, you can save money.
Upgrade that paddleboard, buddy.
I'm thinking about if I had a second one, would they both sit there? Because right now my one...
Get one to cover the other one up so it doesn't get rained on.
Well, I think I need the second one. Then I have more of a reason to go because then I could go with somebody.
One for each foot.
Oh, one per foot. That's
There
like
you go.
Water rollerblades.
Oh, that's Big Skis Bradshaw.
Yeah, I think it could be a thing.
All right, now we got
I'm
something for Jimmy.
Okay.
There could be a big change coming to a small town near you in Putnam County, Mr. Colbert.
Really?
They're giving away free guns.
No, Willaca Mayor Jamie Watts said recently Bass Pro Shops has plans to open a resort in the town. Now, he estimates the company bought 4,300 acres in and around the town. How many people do you think live in Willaca?
Let's see. You can throw a baseball over it.
It's just 1.5 square miles, by the way.
I think it's like maybe 200 or 300, 400, something like that.
So you're going to go 400? Let's try 700 people live in Willaca. Like I said, just 1.5 square miles. And First Coast News estimates the land Bass Pro Shop bought is more than 4 times the actual size of the town.
There's a whole bunch of property up there that borders the St. Johns River and then goes across Highway 17 to go to Crescent Lake. There's Pomona Park, there's Pearson, there's Willaca, and there's Crescent City. All little piss-out Florida towns. And we heard about this project about a year and a half ago. We thought there was a hurdle. This thing's going to be giant. Like, it's going to have an RV park, fishing expeditions, hunting. It's supposed to be amazing.
To accommodate the new neighbor, Watts says the town has plans to build a new wastewater treatment plant and double the size of its police force, gentlemen. They're doubling the police force from 2 officers to 4.
That's right, yeah.
Still, Watts tells First Coast News he doesn't want the town to change, and there are policies in place to prevent that. So hopefully this Bass Pro Shop is going to take advantage of the natural beauty around there without having to necessarily mow it all down and build up a damn subdivision.
What they're going to do is they're going to make everything on property. So in other words, it wouldn't be advantageous to come in there like build a restaurant or anything like that, because everything from what I understand is going to be like a Margaritaville. Imagine that for like country, for hunting stuff and fishing stuff.
Right,
That's
exactly.
kind of what it's going to be like.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
I know, doesn't it sound like a good time?
I think they're going to have like an RV area where not an RV, but an ATV area, like a trail where you can take your 4-wheeler out and ride around. I heard all kinds of stuff about it.
I hope they lean into it. Make Bass Pro Shop a government building. Get your license from there. Go all out. Make it the capital.
Well, when you're outside enjoying the Bass Pro Shop Resort, eventually it's going to open. But one of 4 supermoon events is going to take place this evening. Stargazers should look to the southeast after sunset to see the rising of a sturgeon or harvest moon.
Okay.
The scientific name is perigean full moon.
Got it.
These occur when the moon is full during its closest point in orbit around the Earth. The closest will make for a much brighter moon. A blue supermoon is then predicted for August 30th. So 2 supermoons in 1 month. Pretty
Not bad.
cool. All right, I did check out the video again. I gotta put a flag on the field. I think it is an animal, but a Chinese zoo is laughing off speculation its bears are actually human beings in costume. Video clips of the Hangzhou Zoo's sun bears standing and waving began circulating online, with social media users joking about them actually being people dressed as the bears. Now, the zoo posted on Chinese social media from the perspective of a sun bear named Angela. It read, quote, "I got a call from work yesterday from the head of the zoo asking if I was being lazy and skipped work today and found a human to take my place," end quote. I believe that is considered Chinese comedy. The statement reiterated that Angela is a sun bear, not a black bear, not a dog, a sun bear.
It looks so crazy. The one
Doesn't
photograph,
it?
The ass end of it is all bunched up like
Yep.
it's like
Like it's a
like it's a
costume.
carpet, you know.
Yeah, but when you see the video from the front and you see the animal's claws and his feet,
But just waving, just
I know.
And
That
it's
is pretty
And
creepy.
it's so thin because it's got the giant head, but more of a thinner body.
Yeah.
And you're just like, wait a minute.
I think the big news out of this video is that bears don't have an ass.
Yeah, they do not.
I thought they would, have some junk,
They
but
don't,
they
buddy.
it's nothing.
Well, the sun bears don't, but I mean,
Black bears
our
do.
black bears do, and grizzly bears do,
Badonkadonk.
solar bears do.
Yeah,
Did you
yeah.
say badonkadonk?
Yeah.
Well, lottery players across the country are hoping to do tonight what no one has done since April 18th. I'm giving you an opportunity here. What do you think it is?
So I played Mega Millions last time, and I got the Mega Ball and a number.
Well,
nice.
$4?
Yeah.
Yeah.
they're hoping to win the Mega Millions jackpot with 3.5 months having gone by since someone last hit it big. Tonight's estimated jackpot currently stands at just over $1 billion.
Nice.
Winning numbers will be drawn at 11 p.m. Eastern time.
Damn it. That means Friday I didn't win. Thanks, Deb.
Well, maybe you won something, and if you win it,
don't feel bad.
That's
Thank
what
you.
I'm.
This
Thank
is
you.
not your fault.
That's what I'm checking.
Don't even fake feel bad about this.
Tell me, okay, so if you
Thank
get
you.
2 of the 5 balls and the Mega Ball, it's $10, or 3 of the 5 regular numbers, it's $10.
Correct.
That seems like a ripoff. I don't know. I don't know, dude. I do not know.
I
Well-
have to remember to play today.
well, exactly.
Hey,
$billion.
Siri, remind me to play Mega Millions at 7:15 p.m.
There you go.
Oh, we're not gonna, okay.
That's it, gentlemen. That's all I got. Now you all are officially woke.
Thanks, Deb. 407-916-1041. Text us 77031.
You think anyone else's phone now has play
Yeah.
Mega Millions at
All right.
7:15? I hope so.
Oh, God, I hope it goes off and the wife is like, I told you to stop doing that.
Well, if that's the case, hey Siri, remind me to call Stephanie, my super secret not lover person that I'm hiding from my wife.
My phone is listening to you. Stop
All
it.
right,
Yeah,
407-916-1041. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Goldberg Show.
I'm helping Trent.
Help us help you fight the bot wars on your feed.
Surrender peacefully. Resistance is futile.
Find us and like us. Real Radio 1041 on Facebook is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hey everyone, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at your Central Florida forecast. Another hot and humid day. Forecast highs reaching 94 degrees through the Orlando metro, with feels like temperatures up to 105 early this afternoon. We are going to be seeing a lot of sunshine before showers and thunderstorms do roll in, mainly after 3-4 o'clock tonight, and could be lasting into the early morning hours tomorrow. Heavy rain, frequent lightning, and gusty winds are possible, so stay weather aware.
This report is sponsored by Audible. Boost your imagination with Audible. Listen to the biggest selection of audio entertainment, from celeb memoirs to motivation and more. Audiobooks, podcasts, and originals. There's more to imagine when we listen. Sign up for a free trial at audible.com.
Hi, my name is Dan Packard. I was on my way to work, and the gentleman behind me hit me. We called Morgan & Morgan. From that moment on, everything else Morgan & Morgan took care of. Morgan & Morgan did it all with literally one phone call.
Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before. And after 35 years, we now have more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Get ready to save with Spectrum One. You get Spectrum Internet delivering fast and reliable speeds for $49.99 a month, free advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced privacy and security, and a free Spectrum mobile line with unlimited talk, text, and data, plus nationwide 5G. Go to spectrum.com/save more and use the Spectrum One savings calculator to see how much you can save today. Offer subject to change. Valid for qualified residential customers only. Service not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
Packing for your summer road trip? Leave the travel guide at home and bring the Autio app along for the ride. Autio brings any drive to life with fascinating stories about the places you go, all narrated by expert storytellers. Browse through Autio's more than 10,000 fascinating location-based tales to inspire your travel itinerary and discover unique destinations along the way. Wherever summer takes you, make your next drive an adventure with Autio, the perfect companion for your next road trip. Learn more at autio.com.
In this week's Marketers Report, Chris Brandt, Chief Marketing Officer at Chipotle Mexican Grill, weighs in on the power of audio.
We've used audio to reinforce what we're showing on TV, what we're showing in other digital channels. When your priority is driving reach, boy, everybody seems to listen to the radio.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, conversations, trusted influencers, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Attention business owners, was your company impacted during COVID? If you had W-2 employees during 2020 and 2021, you may be entitled for up to $26,000 per employee through the Employee Retention Credit Program. This is not alone. The IRS paid back billions already. We've helped thousands of businesses just like yours, so let us help you. At ERC Business Solutions, we make it simple. We do it all for you, so you won't have to worry about the complex application process. There's absolutely no risk. If you don't get paid, we don't get paid. Most businesses do qualify, even those with no decline in revenues or those that already got PPP. Discover how much you can claim. There's no cost or obligation. Call now, 800-375-1175. That's 800-375-1175. Get up to $26,000 per employee. Call 800-375-1175. 800-375-1175.
What's the Anajar Levine difference? When you're injured in a car crash, we focus on your case so you can focus on the one thing that matters most, getting better. I'm Glenn Levine with Anajar Levine. We'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve. Call our legal team right now for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. We'll help you take back control of your life. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In Office Orlando.
Hear the latest news from the headlines on your phone. Download the free iHeartRadio app for exclusive live coverage of breaking news. From what's happening where you live to what's happening across the country. Live from the center of the story. Listen for free anywhere, anytime. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Business owners, had enough of this yet? Are you just done and ready to retire? Is money tight? Or maybe business is at an all-time high. You have options. Don't just walk away. We can help you sell, retire, and just relax no matter what your situation is. Hi, I'm Andy Cagnetta, and at Transworld Business Advisors, we've been selling businesses for over 40 years. And with offices located around the world, we have thousands of buyers ready to buy your business now. Don't wait until the last minute or try to do it yourself. That is a recipe for disaster. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value and how Transworld can maximize your eventual selling price. We will help you win. And in the current climate, you need help to sell your business. Call Transworld at 833-SELL-FLA. Or visit tworld.com. That's 833-SELL-FLA. Or visit tworld.com.
Car crash? Call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
We now return to The Jim Colbert Show.
What is she?
She's a bad just as fine as she can be.
All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. I am Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well. 407-916-1041 to call us, text us easily at 77031. Well, it's here, guys. Finally, the date has arrived.
Oh. It's August 1st. Oh, rent. Oh, you got to give your pets their monthly medication.
Oh, yeah. Well, that may be the case. 16 years in the making. Ooh. This is finally coming to fruition. Today is the first day of it.
16-year-olds able to get a license.
No, Apple iPhone.
No, not iPhone.
07.
This is a new law that just goes into action today.
Yeah, the one that makes me so mad.
Oh, no, it pisses you off.
Have to do with speeding?
No.
Music being loud.
No, LED bulbs. You can't buy incandescent light bulbs starting today.
Today is the day that the ban on incandescent light bulbs starts. So you can no longer buy incandescent light bulbs. So when you go to your hardware store, wherever you choose to go, I hope it's Tools Ace Hardware, you are not going to find your normal, everyday incandescent light bulbs. It's going to be all LEDs.
Hey, where's your light bulbs in the back?
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, now people are going to be pushing light bulbs like that. And the deal is the Department of Energy pushed this in April 22. It says that light bulbs must emit a minimum of 45 lumens per watt. And lumens is the brightness of the bulb, right?
Yeah.
So the incandescent light bulbs, unfortunately, only produce 15 watts or 15 lumens per watt. So they're way, way, way inefficient. I know.
We get to say goodbye to our old friend, the OG. The one that we used that signified whether or not you had an idea. It was featured on such famous things like the Monopoly board. Right?
That's true.
It was
the electric company.
I want to say, I think it's somewhere in Einstein's Bagels.
Yeah.
I think they use a light bulb.
Right, yeah.
It was a good time.
And it's always associated with the sound, bing.
Yeah.
Bing.
It's the OG. I think it goes all the way back to, what's-his-face who found it.
How much do you think the Department of Energy estimates that the new light bulb rules will save U.S. Customers yearly in power bills?
I don't know that number, but I know for Deb it's not enough.
That's right.
She got attached to those light bulbs. She liked the warmth. I'll go.
How much do you think it'll save?
$500 million.
$500 million, not a bad guess.
Total.
Yeah. So it's total throughout the country.
For the country.
How much money will be saved, according to the Department of Energy, by using LED bulbs instead of incandescent light bulbs?
$350 million.
$1.50.
$3 billion.
Oh my God.
$3 billion on the utility bills.
Yeah.
It's a good move.
I mean, we'll play the sad music for you, but we are all in agreement.
Now,
this
Deb,
is a good idea.
Yeah,
now, Debbie,
whatever.
you should have made your purchase earlier.
I know.
You should have been out there yesterday buying them by the truckload.
I know.
But you're probably going to be able to find them on like Craigslist.
Oh.
It says
Some of those dollar stores you walk in?
No, they're gone. I mean, it's illegal. It is illegal to sell them now.
Okay, sure.
Like, you're literally like buying weed. You would actually... it's more against the law to buy light bulbs now than it is to buy weed. There you go. Welcome to America, everybody.
What a time to be alive.
What a time to be alive. Now, it says if you have them in your house now, of course, the Gestapo's not going to kick your door in and take your 30 waters or your 40 waters or whatever.
They won't take them. They'll just smash them with broomsticks.
But
I'm on your 6.
But you will not be able to replace them with new incandescent light bulbs. It's always going to have to be LEDs now. I think you're going to be just fine, Deb.
Goodbye, lava light.
What will you miss over these? I do find
it's the light.
I don't like the light.
She hates the light.
I don't like the light that's emitted.
But I've told you.
I know you have, but I've seen them, and not any of them. They just always have that underlying fluorescent light look to them.
I get it. That was the
I
old
don't
ones had
like
that.
it.
But when you get the warm white ones now, I'm telling you, you cannot tell the difference.
Yeah, okay.
Texting service bringing up 2 fantastic points. We brought up one, lava lamps. Is this the end of lava lamps?
And easy bake ovens.
And then the second thing, meth and crackheads. They would smoke out of those bowls.
Oh, right, you're right.
Because they were easy to break. You'd put stuff in. I think.
Now, not all of them, by the way.
I don't know.
Not all of them are banned, by the way. So this is good news for you lava light weirdos. Woo! Appliance lamps, including fridge and oven lights. Those will make it through. Black lights, bug lamps, colored lamps. That's insensitive.
Yeah.
Infrared lamps, left-handed threaded lamps, which I had no idea even existed.
Oh, yeah.
So wait, the left-handed people get to use Deb's favorite lights?
It's just the threads
So
different.
Deb, you can still you just buy a bunch of appliance bulbs.
Right.
That's great.
Yeah,
Plant lights, so your grow room's good.
Okay, good.
Okay,
good. Because people were worried about because they have. Think about it. People who have reptiles and amphibians need those heat lamps. They need those incandescent bulbs to keep their animals warm.
And
That
those-
ain't what they're growing.
Those are going to be fine. Floodlights, reflector lamps, showcase lamps, traffic signals, and some other specialty lights. Basically, what they're talking about is the stuff that most people use in the majority of their house.
Because I've also heard someone had texted us before when we had this conversation. They texted us at 77031 saying that the LED lights also don't work with like dimmer switches. Or do you know if they have like that 3 lamp setting?
That's not true because we have them at our house on dimmers and they work fine.
At first, you couldn't get them, but then they became more readily available. You just make sure when you're buying LED, it says dimmable on them.
Yeah,
Screw them.
And boy, let me tell you, you're paying. The one thing is when you reboot, when you go to get your LED lights and you start kind of running out, you're going to realize those things are no joke. I mean, for the good ones that have that ceramic bottom, and then the light bulb's just like the top part, you know? Those things are like $10 each.
But
then
they
last for 50 years, man. Like I said, my contractor put them in my house. He said basically goes, look, as long as you live here, you will never replace these. These will last for your lifetime.
Yeah,
and he's 100% right. And the light is beautiful, by the way.
That's the only time Deb's pissed about something lasting long.
I still have one of those CFL fluorescent ones. You know, the spiral. It's fluorescent.
It is.
No doubt. But I remember putting one in the can that goes over my kitchen sink when we redid our kitchen. That same bulb is in there, and that's 18 years now.
Yeah, for sure. But they're no joke, man.
This is a big day for mosquitoes and bugs.
I don't know if mosquitoes act any differently toward LED light than they do incandescent light. That's actually a really interesting idea because I wonder if the heat is part of it, part of the draw when mosquitoes are. It's just got to be the light, though, right?
I don't know. They're addicted.
They love it. Yeah, moths do as well. Oh my god.
I think they look at it like some sort of like higher power.
I'll tell you what's weird though. We in our outdoor lamps, we have we ordered these specialty kind of outdoor things, and they have a bulb that looks like a regular light bulb on steroids. Like you blow it up like 20%. It's a 100-watt bulb for the outside, and it's a really, really warm light. But man, I guess we're not going to be able to buy those anymore either.
Nope.
Edison light bulbs, maybe you're done.
That's it. I'm buying a
Oh, I hope not, because I have Edison lamps in my bathroom
now. Deb, don't worry. I already ordered your Don't Tread on Me flag.
Thank you.
All right, 407-916-1041. Back in a second with What'd You Do That's New.
Real Radio and Carl Black Chevrolet want to send you and a friend to Nashville for a fun-filled weekend and tickets to see Luke Bryan. Register to win now at realradio.fm/contests.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. goldsmithjewelry.com.
Looking at slow traffic on I-4 this afternoon in the Orlando area as you travel westbound between the Beach Line and 535 and through downtown between Ivanhoe and Amelia Street. Be on the lookout for stop-and-go delays on McGuire Road due to a crash reported at Colonial Drive. If you see other traffic problems today, make sure to call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Brightline Trains. Ride brighter with high-speed rail to South Florida. Experience premium lounge perks, roomier seats, and onboard meal and drink service with 16 daily departures to South Florida. Adult fares from $79, kids from $39. Book now at GoBrightline.com.
Deals on the McD app are kind of like cool breezes on a hot summer day. You don't know when they're coming, but when they hit, there's nothing quite like them. Save time and get back to summer fun when you order ahead on the app. Pick up a juicy, tender McCrispy, golden fries, and a refreshing Dr. Pepper. It's 30% off your entire order when you spend $5 using mobile order and pay on the McD app. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Offer valid 6/1/23 through 12/31/23 at participating McDonald's. Valid once a day. Dr. Pepper is a registered trademark of Dr. Pepper 7-Up, Inc.
A meal at McDonald's brings my family closer together. And now that same meal helps bring other families closer together. When we order a family bundle deal that has 40 crispy chicken McNuggets and 2 large fries, McDonald's donates 50 cents to local Florida Ronald McDonald House Charities chapters, providing a home away from home so families can stay close to their child during medical care. We can also round up our order and the extra will get donated. Food, family, and helping others? What could be better? Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Cannot be combined with any other offer.
For more information about contests on this station, go to realradio.fm/rules.
The Chase Ink Business Premier Card is made for people who make things happen, like me. I'm Sam, founder and CEO of Manifest, a product design company that makes everyday products designed smarter. I get 2.5% cash back on purchases of $5,000 or more, plus unlimited 2% cash back on all other purchases, which helps us make more smart ideas into a brilliant reality.
The Ink Business Premier Card. Learn more at chase.com/business premier. Chase for business. Make more of what's yours. Real business owner compensated for their participation. Account subject to credit approval. Restrictions and limitations apply. Cards are issued by JP Morgan Chase Bank. Any member FDIC.
Hi, welcome to IKEA. Talk.
Talk? What's talk?
That's thank you in Swedish. We're saying talk to our loyal IKEA family members with lots of discounts and new lower prices on your favorite items, from the kitchen to the bathroom.
Wow, talk.
No, talk to you. Visit IKEA-USA.com/family-offers to check out our offers available to you. Offers valid 8/2 to 8/20. U.S. only while supplies last. Selection may vary by store and online. See store and IKEA-USA.com for complete terms. Restrictions apply.
After an accident, it's important to hire an attorney right away. Evidence can disappear quickly. Sure, you could wait to hire an attorney later and see how things turn out, but delays never make a case better. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Just call Mo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Get nachos, tacos, empanadas, spicy queso with jalapenos. Pepto-Bismol's there. Pepto-Bismol provides fast, effective relief from nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, and diarrhea. All the things that can happen unexpectedly on vacation. So before you travel, pack the Pepto. Pepto-Bismol. When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
On How Rude, Tanneritos, the Full House Rewatch podcast. Join characters Stephanie Tanner and Kimmy Gibbler, also known as actresses Jodie Sweetin and Andrea Barber, as they relive every episode of your favorite Friday night comfort show.
We spent our entire childhoods on a little show called Full House, playing frenemies, but becoming besties whenever the cameras weren't rolling. And now, 35 years later, it's our biggest adventure yet.
Listen to How Rude, Tanneritos on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
GimmeTheVin.com has made it fast, we've made it easy, and we're the only 5-star BBB rated car dealer out there.
Sell us your car. GimmeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Steve Kramer here with a divorce tip. Inheritance isn't a marital asset unless you handle the money wrong or your divorce wrong. Then you can lose it to your ex. Call Trenley and Kramer, TK Law. We do divorce. One firm for life.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because clients and character matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show, also available to watch at The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
going to try to get this all in 30 seconds. So the manufacturer is calculating the lifespan of the bulb is based on minimal usage. Different manufacturers use different times, some as little as 2 hours per day. And that's what gives you the 10 years or the 13 years or the whatever amount of years. The second thing is the LED itself, the light emitting diode, won't burn out. It's the electronics in the bulb that burns out. So you can have one that only lasts a month.
I've yet to experience that.
This is nice and trippy, Jack.
Thank you. Oh, MC 900-foot Jesus.
And everybody knows that.
Wow.
Falling elevators.
Nice and trippy.
This is the music that plays behind some kind of stupid performance artist.
Yeah.
It's like painting with his genitals or something.
He's doing like poetry also at the same rain.
Exactly.
Pain, sweat, back. Yeah. That is why we were.
That's a little noir feel to it, too.
It does, yeah.
This is from the early 90s, and I used to play it when, speaking of trippy,
all right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well. Let's do what you do that's new.
Sweet. What you do that's new. What you do that's new. Hey! If we only knew something new to do, we're relying on you. Tell us something new brought to you by Clausman Law.
That's right, Clausman Law, KLAUSMAN Law.com. Office is right there in Winter Park, 407-917-1718. Car crash called Clausman. I think Glenn is back this Thursday. I'm not 100, though.
Ooh.
Not 100 on that. We'll find out for sure as we move toward Colbert Court for sure. All right, what'd you do that's new? Every Tuesday at 4 o'clock, we come onto the show, and one member will choose something for the other members to watch, read, or listen to. We'll do that. Come back the following Tuesday, talk about that, and then move on to the next member. It is Jack's turn, and we'll find out what Ross has to offer here in a sec. Jackson?
Yeah, this is a podcast that I ended up listening to it. Like, I didn't think, I didn't seek it out. I came across it, then started listening, and then didn't want to stop. Like, I got home, and since it was a podcast, I'm like, I continued to listen that night to the rest of this, and I found it very interesting. And it was actually a 2-part podcast. What I assigned was really the last 30 minutes of the first episode, because I think that really broaches the topic and kind of lays it out. And if you like it, then you can, by all means, continue. But the podcast is called Hidden Brain, and it's all about why your brain does the things it does. And this is, they talk about pleasure and specifically dopamine and this state of homeostasis or equilibrium that the brain is always trying to achieve. And we are seeing more depression and anxiety in these in these nations, like the richest nations in the world. And what the theory is, the hypothesis is we are overstimulated with pleasure, and as the brain tries to find this level of equilibrium, it is like suppressing dopamine, and it can create a depressive and anxious state. And they're finding if you can find that balance on your own, you could kind of come out of depression without medication at all.
Right.
But it's just, that is the premise of the podcast, and the interviews a psychiatrist who talks about treating patients. She went through her own addiction and how it relates.
And her addiction was the strangest one I've ever heard of.
How about that, right?
I mean, that was I almost don't want to talk about it so that people, if they do decide to listen to it, can kind of discover that on their own.
Did you listen to the whole thing, or just the last
entire thing?
You did. Okay,
thing,
so you got to hear all the different people. See, it doesn't matter what you're addicted to. It's how it changes the brain and how to deal with what the brain is doing for addiction. So whether it's porn or sports gambling. Why am I pointing at Ross?
Yeah,
sports betting or drugs.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I thought, with the exception of the gambling thing, they were. I mean, we hear about porn addiction, but a lot of people will discount that as people who just can't control themselves and their sexual desires. The gambling thing is a little bit more reachable because, of course, everybody who advertises gambling now, they have to have that disclaimer.
Yeah.
But I found that very interesting. The thing I liked about it the most is there are no socioeconomic borders with this. A number of the people were very successful.
Yeah.
Very educated. One of them was a physician. And I found that kind of interesting. But listening to the conversation about the idea of addiction based on pleasure that isn't a drug or alcohol, I thought was kind of fascinating.
I've always thought, addiction is, we all know people who are workaholics. We call them workaholics.
And there's pride in that one for some odd reason.
Well, there's not only pride, there's admiration.
Yeah.
There's admiration from the outside, pride on the inside, but really what that person is working in a way that's not balanced for their life.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's just like the Stanford professor that, the psychiatrist had talked about treating. Yeah, it sounded like it was just he couldn't control his addiction to porn. But, this man was missing a conference that he was supposed to speak at.
Right, yeah.
And missed it because he was and then the doctor with the story of how, gambling and the slippery slope that is addiction. What I thought was so fascinating was, one, I've always just we knew dopamine is one of the feel-good chemicals. I had no idea how tied it is to our survival.
Right.
I had no idea that if you take away dopamine receptors like they did to those rats, you literally could have food an inch away, but there's nothing to make you go and get the food.
Because there's no pleasure after having it, enjoying it, right?
Exactly.
Other than sustenance, there's none of that thing that when you have an addiction, like you crave it. Like I talked about, like drinking that soda the other day, and I was like, oh God, and the bubbles are popping up, and you just know it's going to be great. You get it to your lips, you can't even, that's the thing. The anticipation of doing the thing is almost addicted.
But at the same time, we also release dopamine when we're really hungry and then we finally eat. So there isn't necessarily always has to be the addiction component to dopamine. I was just surprised at how much of a motivator it's absolutely necessary for the human experience for us to have dopamine.
So I don't know if it was in the episode you listened to or the subsequent one that I listened to this morning, but they talked about in the past 20 years there was a shift where 20 years ago the richest nations of the world would report that people were the happiest.
Right.
And that no longer is the case. They're finding other nations or people are happier, and you're getting more depression and anxiety in those richest nations. But if you think about it, I know we talk about cell phone and the addiction to cell phone, but it's those social media platforms, they thrive and they work on triggering your dopamine. So if you are constantly triggering it, that state of equilibrium in your brain is trying to counteract that,
right?
And that's how you get to these depressive and anxious levels.
Yeah, they describe it as a seesaw, right? The pain on one side, pleasure on the other side,
right?
And your body is constantly in need of the pleasure and eschewing pain. But they were talking about how your body is constantly, or your mind is constantly looking for that balance, that.
That's what I've been saying.
And the one thing, real quick, the one thing I really liked was when she said it's not about our principles changing or that we've become lazy. I think that's an important thing to drive home, is that these little things that we all cannot dare to be without for an hour has literally changed our brain chemistry, so that when you're feeling down, where do you go? Twitter, TikTok, Instagram Reels, something, puppy videos, something to lift your spirits, make you feel better, when in reality, it's dragging humanity down.
And conversely, it could provide that other side of that. You go there looking for pleasure, and then, of course, get bad news, whatever.
Right.
And it starts triggering the
like
other
I
side.
did last night.
Oh, yeah, right.
I have to redefine what I thought porn addiction was. Because I thought,
what did you think of?
Porn addiction was like the only way that you can shebang is through porn.
No, that's not it.
I did not ever think about the possibility of somebody missing meetings.
Yeah.
And going like, no, I can't go.
Watching it for hours, he lost his family.
Yeah, lost his family. Wife divorced him.
And then it gets progressively worse. That same porn, which is your standard missionary kind of porn thing, doesn't work anymore. Then you're looking for more adventure stuff. Next thing you know, this dude's in sketchy ass chat rooms.
And then he's going out to clubs. He's trying to get the live thing. He's losing it.
Yeah, and that's where sex addiction is so dangerous, because you take such horrible risks just to get that dopamine hit.
And what was interesting about addiction is, because we know with opioids there is an alcohol, there is a physical addiction with the body, but that addiction of the brain can be true for gambling, for romance novels, for weed.
Yeah.
You know, because I used to, weed, it's not addictive, but
It's
in your brain-
psychologically
yes.
addictive,
And so the episode we listened to on Hidden Brain was The Paradox of Pleasure. Part 2 is called The Path to Enough. And in that, the doctor talks about how she counsels people to counteract that. And it's really not game changing. It's just being a little more disciplined, and it's doing. She talks about you have to go into a fast of dopamine, but it means just like doing things like riding your bike to the store instead of driving. Things that you might not want to do, but you earn it if you like playing video games.
Right.
2 hours of video games a couple times a week instead of 6-hour video game sessions.
Yeah, marathon sessions.
Yeah, just it's finding that balance so you're not overloading on dopamine.
Yeah.
So the body and the brain isn't forced to counteract that.
If you want to try it, you should listen. Here's the thing: it's not preachy. That's another thing. A lot of times when people hear about podcasts like this, they think it's gonna be preachy. Oh, you're doing wrong. You're wrong.
Oh, no,
just science.
It's science-based.
It's just information, and it's very, very interesting.
But it's also, I think, really important for parents because when, parents of tweens and young teenagers are struggling with are they too young for a cell phone?
Right,
They're
right.
thinking of that social media aspect of putting their children, out there and, with everyone on the internet.
Right.
I think the other issue is for parents to listen to this podcast and really ask themselves about that brain chemistry changing, and in someone whose brain isn't even done developing, that's another reason to maybe ask your kids to wait just a little bit longer before they get that first smartphone.
And addictions don't have to be nefarious either. I mean, that's the other thing. I mean, like you addicted to work. I mean, they kind of go over a couple of those where, if it's taking away from your life or the quality of your life or your family's quality of life, you have to at least consider that maybe something you can't control.
I used to always say, and it's like bumper stickers, moderation is the key, right?
Right.
Everything in moderation.
Balance.
And this just really underscores
Yeah.
that, and that's what this is scientific proof of how moderation can provide a long-standing state of happiness and avoid a depressive state.
Good, very good choice.
That
By
was
the way,
fascinating.
that entire Hidden Brain series now, I've got to pay attention to. because
Follow the podcast. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fascinating stuff.
Ross, what do you have for us, buddy?
I
Smart
am
stuff.
so excited for this. I saw this film. I am burning. What was the rule?
The 1.5 hours.
What? Yeah, you get 1.5 hours every 4 months.
Yes.
You guys are going to watch a full-length film.
God dang it.
Oh, Jim, I cannot wait for you to be so pissed off at yourself for having that reaction. I will go out and say, this is one of the best documentaries I've ever seen. Editing, sound design, the person who it's about.
I'm on board.
7 Emmy nominations, I believe. 2023, 7 Emmy nominations. You guys are going to watch Still, a Michael J. Fox movie.
Oh, that's cool.
The documentary about
Okay,
Michael
good.
J. Fox is one of the best films you will see this year.
That's awesome.
How they do it, anybody listening, when you go out and watch this movie on your couch on Apple Plus, on Apple TV, really take a note of how slick the editing is on this 1.5-hour film. I was blown away. This is why we do the segment.
Yep.
I'm so excited and jazzed to get you guys to watch Michael J. Fox. The movie's called Still.
Okay, good. We'll take that
Apple
in for
TV
sure.
Plus.
Apple TV Plus. I'll have to buy the.
Yeah.
Oh God.
No,
All right.
you got
No,
it.
you got it on your Hulu.
Oh, that's right. I have to go to Hulu / Apple TV / AT&T. All right, 407-916-1041. Megan and Sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show. You're listening to us right here on AM Radio.
What you do that's new, brought to you by Glenn Clarksville, KLAESNANLAW.com. Proudly sponsored since day one by Glenn Clausman, ClausmanLaw.com.
Still seeing some slow traffic on I-4 this afternoon, both east and westbound between the Beach Line and 535, as well as westbound traveling through downtown between Ivanhoe and Amelia Street. No major problems at this time for those taking the Beach Line or the Greenway. Things are still moving well on the 408. If you see traffic problems today, make sure to call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Dairy Queen. Hey DQ fans, the Caramel Fudge Cheesecake Blizzard treat has arrived. It's so wonderful that you won't want to miss out. Indulge your cheesecake cravings and get a heaping helping of fudge and caramel too. Try it today, only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
Man, you gotta love the guys over at Tools Ace Hardware. They have everything you need when it comes to living outdoor, and they even have the new line of battery-powered steel outdoor equipment. This stuff is amazing. You're gonna love it. And I gotta tell you something else too. Tools Ace Hardware, a servicer of steel equipment. That doesn't happen at the big box stores. That's one of the main reasons we love Tools Ace Hardware. They only carry the best equipment, and of course, steel is the absolute best. And now with this battery-powered set, you are going to love it. Plus, they have 12 Tools locations all throughout Central Florida. Find yours today. Grab your brand new steel battery-powered outdoor equipment and love every second of it. It's Tools Ace Hardware online, toolsacehardware.com.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival is coming back to Las Vegas.
September 22nd and 23rd at T-Mobile Arena.
Streaming live only on Hulu.
And starting Monday, you could win your way there.
Plus $1,000 spending cash.
Yeah.
Brought to you by T-Mobile. Experience more of the music you love with the record-setting 5G network. T-Mobile customers can unlock VIP benefits at the festival all weekend long. It's better over here. See why at T-Mobile.com/SEEWHY.
Check it out. You lifted your car? Yep. Refinanced my auto loan with Navy Federal Credit Union. Put the money I saved towards an 18-inch lift kit. Pretty sweet, huh? It's a minivan. Well, now it's a mega van.
Dad, I can't get down.
At Navy Federal Credit Union, we're here to help our members save toward their goals. Whatever they may be. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission.
If you're a pro painter, do you know how much you're paying per gallon for paint? Paint stores try to convince you that you're getting a good deal with deep discounts. But what they don't tell you is their starting price is too high to begin with. If you buy paint from the Home Depot, you're getting the lowest price per gallon on Behr paint, guaranteed. We offer everyday low prices on every gallon of top-rated Behr paints, stains, and primers. Plus, pros earn discounts through our Pro Extra Paint Rewards program. That's the value of the Home Depot. How doers get more done. U.S. only. See store for details.
Baby boomers and retirees, protect yourself from the coming tidal wave of higher taxes. This administration's spend and tax schemes, along with their failed economic policies, are only going to add more to the taxes already being taken of your retirement savings. You can gain retirement tax protection from national talk show wealth strategist and best-selling author Chuck Oliver of The Hidden Wealth Solution. Learn how you can get a head start to be retirement tax smart. Imagine learning proven solutions, saving thousands in unnecessary taxes. Visit retirementprotected.com. Retirementprotected.com.
Here's a top move for hiring a divorce attorney. See how they look and handle themselves on video or audio. Chances are that's them at their best, with editing, setup, and multiple takes. The courtroom is live. Mediation is live. Make sure your divorce lawyer is going to make you look good. At Trenley Kramer Law, we handle family law and divorce. TK Law, one firm for life.
If you're suffering and there's a safe, natural, easy-to-use solution to help make you feel better, wouldn't you at least want to try it? That's why millions of people use Navage Nasal Care to help relieve their symptoms of sinus congestion, allergies, snoring, and other nasal-related problems. I'm Martin Hoke, and I invented Navage to make cleaning your nose easy. Navage uses powered suction to pull saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, helping flush out everything that makes you miserable. Nearly 4 million people use Navage to breathe better, snore less, and feel healthier. People like Dee, a verified Navage user who writes, "From years of having a permanently stuffed up nose to being able to breathe is life-changing. Food tastes better, and I no longer go through boxes of tissue a day," unquote. Navage is the safe, drug-free solution you've been looking for. Available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Rite Aid, Target, and Navage.com. Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
When you get nachos, tacos, empanadas, spicy queso with jalapenos, Pepto-Bismol's there. Pepto-Bismol provides fast, effective relief from nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, and diarrhea. All the things that can happen unexpectedly on vacation. So before you travel, pack the Pepto. Pepto-Bismol.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
On How Rude, Tanneritos, the Full House Rewatch podcast. Join characters Stephanie Tanner and Kimmy Gibbler, also known as actresses Jodie Sweetin and Andrea Barber, as they relive every episode of your favorite Friday night comfort show.
We spent our entire childhoods on a little show called Full House, playing frenemies, but becoming besties whenever the cameras weren't rolling. And now, 35 years later, it's our biggest adventure yet.
Listen to How Rude, Tanneritos on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Do you know the sound Duncan Iced makes? Of course you do. It's that sound of the ice randomly yet rhythmically shaking around the cup, creating the soundtrack to a perfect summer. And summer sure does sound good. Try Duncan Refreshers iced coffee, cold brew, and lattes. America runs on Duncan.
The podcast Journalista tells the improbable life story of Courtney Cookie Hood. Follow Cookie's adventures from working for CBS News in Managua during the Nicaraguan Civil War to blowing the lid off the Iran-Contra scandal and almost taking down the Reagan presidency.
They're assuming that I know what I'm doing, that I'm a journalist. I wasn't. I was being thrown into the Coliseum to the lions. I had not a clue.
Listen to Journalista on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
This hour of programming brought to you in part by FAS Windows and Doors.
Radio. 104.1.
The Jim Colbert Show returns now on Real Radio 104.1.
Good afternoon. It is Dr. TZ Pod, and you have no idea how happy I am to get in my car after an 8-hour day of working construction to take a 2-hour ride back to Kissimmee.
Oh, God, brother.
But I get to listen to you guys the whole ride home.
Thank you, brother. God almighty, thank you so much. We feel you, man. We feel you.
2 hours.
God almighty.
Oh, man.
After slinging hammers all day.
I know. In this heat.
God. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show. I am the Jim part, the Deb part.
Hello.
Jack part. Hi. And the sauce part.
All right, I got some money on the Pyongyang Tigers. Let's go, Tigers.
Some money, all the money?
Well, yeah. Come on, just need 2.5 runs.
All right, guys, we're going to help Jack out this segment.
Are we?
We are. We are going to help Jack out a little bit this segment.
I don't have a problem.
You do
I like
have a problem.
my money.
Jack, tell me what this means. What is a BFRB? What is a BFRB? It is unique.
Best friend. Wait, BFRB.
It is unique to you.
Befriend, best friend. No.
Best friend. Let's just go ahead and nix the word friend out of there.
Okay.
Does the first B stand for bargain?
It does not.
Does it stand for butt?
It does not.
Okay.
Although I know you want it to.
I know.
This is not a wish show. What do you think? BFRB, specifically for Jack. Acronym. And we've talked about this multiple times on the air.
Beautiful.
Okay, that's
Frank Red Bulls.
Is that a team you're betting on?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I need them to score over 5.
The first word is body. BFRBs. This is a focus of a CNN Health story today that is Jack-centric.
Body FRB.
Body front, right back.
Okay, very good. That's close. Not even. One more shot. Body-focused, repetitive behavior.
Oh, his picking.
It's his picking.
Oh, come on, man.
Yeah, we're not done talking about it.
Compulsive nail biting, skin picking, hair pulling, and lip and cheek biting are among the range of, quote, body-focused repetitive behaviors, or BFRBs, that can become a source of distress. But, Jack...
there's hope.
You mean like when I chew my fingernails to where they're bloody stumps?
You are part of the BFRB crowd as well.
Yeah, that's why I can't get fake fingernails.
Research may offer hope for relief.
I doubt it.
Well, what this is a very simple therapy that people who have this, I have to tell you, I have it as well. The twisting of the beard thing is a BFRB. My son got it from me.
Really?
Oh, he's got a burly old, logger beard. He's got an old brawny beard, and he sits there and he spins the bottom of it with his hand so much that he has a little mini dreadlock under his beard now.
Yeah.
So anytime you do something like that, that is one of those little nuanced distresses that you're doing to either reduce anxiety. You're doing something to just kind of reduce that. And they even liken some of this to reducing severe anger. Like if you are angry, that you will do these things to focus on that.
Instead of like throat punching someone?
To not focus your anger on somebody that doesn't deserve it or.
Well, what's the answer? Fidget spinner.
It's not a fidget spinner.
Bitter apple.
What do you think it is? That's a very interesting question. What do you think it is? I mean, this is a cognitive therapy that they're proving now that can reduce it up to half just in the first part of applying this.
Hypnotist.
It's not a hypnotist, but give yourself a buzz there. Son of a bitch.
Not even a good guess.
If Jack started rocking a fidget spinner, I would think he was having a midlife crisis.
He used to have one. Didn't you not have a thing?
It was a thing for a while.
It was a thing for a while.
It says actually most people show one of these habits over their lifespan, especially what do you think is the most common of these?
Nail biting.
Nail biting is the answer. Yeah, nail biting without question is the number one. And it can become problematic when done excessively.
Yeah.
It's about balance.
I was just about to say how I don't do nail biting, but my finger was in my mouth.
Yeah.
Wow.
Even your fingers don't bother.
True story.
And Jack does this. Are you picking still, Jack?
Oh yeah, he is.
Stop!
It's bad.
It's a location thing.
It's a bloody mess
You
over
keep
here.
saying it's a location thing.
It is. I went to the dermatologist last week, and he had some fancy word to say, "Oh yeah, that's self-inflicted." I'm like, well, yeah, but it's just on my arm, and then I cross my arms, and I feel it. Once I feel it, then I just start.
By the way,
scratching it.
They talk about the crossing of the arms. That's showing that you're ashamed of the behavior.
Yeah, you're super ashamed.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. It says a lot of these people also have coexisting problems.
Tough segment for Jack.
Often as a consequence, because they're ashamed of their behavior. They avoid intimacy.
Yep.
Especially in oh god, let me try this one. Trichotillomania. You know what that is?
Oh, that's hair pulling.
That is hair pulling.
Nice.
How do you know that?
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. Okay, not like that, Jack.
Can you imagine hearing that in the bedroom? Like you're.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, you're on a date with a scientist.
No, you want to give me some of that trichotillomania? But that's actually pulling out body hair. So I guess it could be your hair, or just like hair in your arms.
Right.
Skin picking, or not taking clothes off in front of your partner is part of this as well.
Really?
Yeah. I've gone through that one. And by gone through, I mean,
I think we all have.
Currently going through it. Anyway.
The first time's the rush.
Now, what do you think the therapy is? And think as rudimentary as you could possibly imagine the therapy of this being.
Oh, please tell me it's this.
Putting socks on your hands.
No, I have been telling Jack. This happened a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
Jack, I was like, man, you got to fix that whole picking thing on your arms. He picks his scab on the sides of his arms until sometimes they bleed. I'm like, why don't you just wear a long sleeve shirt?
Because he can't reach it, and he subconsciously wants to be able to reach it.
I don't know. It was actually the simplest, perfect solution. Is wear a long sleeve shirt.
Just wear a jacket.
Yeah, but it is 1,000 degrees outside.
Yeah, but we're inside.
Yeah. You can buy one of those. You can wear one of those fishing things where it's like a real super wafy thin. It's basically there to keep the sun off of you.
Yeah.
Wear for like a arm fishnets.
That's what I was going to say, those arm sleeves that you can get that you'll see football players and stuff wear.
So in this study, they recruited about 268 people with BFRBs, including participants exhibiting skin picking, trichotillomania, nail biting, and lip and cheek biting behaviors. They were between the ages of 18 and 80. Half the group was given a manual describing the technique devised by Moritz and his team, while the others were told they were on a wait list for the same program. After 6 weeks, 54% of the people in the group that used the habit replacement technique reported improvement on a scale devised to measure the severe body-focused issues. 20% in the other group were able to kind of control their issues.
All right, Jack, are you in that 20%?
Nail biters were the most affected by it. It had more success with nail biters than any other of the group.
I 100% stopped doing this after my appointment with the doctor.
You are lying.
Yeah, probably. It was 100% for the first couple of yesterday. I was messing with the
right.
Leave me alone.
Jack, you're bleeding right now.
So what do we have to do?
All right. So
is it hot sauce? What do we do? I'm invested because I see this guy pick his arms all day. I sit right next to him.
Okay, so here it is. Here's the simple.
Oh, stop making it like you're the victim here.
It is gruesome.
By the way, it says, now, Jack, this is some positive. This should not be considered or regarded as a form of self-mutilation, self-harm, or self-hate.
See, that's what I've been telling you.
These are more accurately understood
I
as a
could've
way
told
to
you that.
as a way to calm and smooth the nervous system. That's what you're trying to do. Specifically when under stress. Do you find yourself doing it more when you have a lot going on, like when there's a lot happening in your life?
Yeah.
Yes, this only. I used to seriously. I used to pick like scabs and like bug bite and scabs, and I have scars all over my arms as a kid. Hadn't been doing this recently, and it was about a year and a half ago. Then this thing popped up, and because I kept messing with it, it wouldn't heal. So that's why I have it on my arm.
But some people do it just to ease boredom. In other words, like I do when I twist my beard thing is almost like smoking a pipe. You know, like if you had a pipe, that's what you do to think. I twist the beard thing to give me something to do while I can kind of calm my brain and think about one particular thing.
You say that, but all I hear is fidget spinner.
Yeah.
But we got to look back. This is deeper. You know, this is big. It might, a year and a half ago, what happened a year and a half ago, Jack?
Yeah, things happen.
All right.
Things happen.
I'm just trying to think. I renewed my contract about a year and a half ago.
Okay.
That was it.
So it might be
Yeah,
him
you
coming
could
to
be
grips of like, all right, another 3 years.
All right, here's what you do. You ready?
Please.
It says the idea, by the way, was born for something that was repetitive and self-soothing, but not dysfunctional, and it's also inconspicuous.
Ooh.
It's called habit replacement therapy, and it devises involving softly stroking your skin in a number of different ways.
I got you, Jack.
Circling the index and middle finger.
Yep.
Tapping the middle finger and index fingers against the thumb.
All right, Jack.
Like that, right?
Yeah.
By the way, I think that's an Asperger's thing a little bit too, right?
Yeah.
People who are on the spectrum do that a little bit sometimes.
Yes.
This keeps getting better.
Crossing the arms. Here's yours.
Yeah.
Cross the arms, and when you cross your arms, you slowly stroke your arm hair. Okay? I want you to slow.
When did you find this stupid article?
Also, Jack, here's another one you can do. Put your palm up.
Yeah.
Palm up. And take your other finger, your pointer finger, and make circles in your palm.
Okay.
Try to get yourself horny.
It's kind of work.
Ross, you still going to be willing to help him out?
You're going to do this in the general public?
And by the way, it says if you're a picker, specifically, you can circle your clothes instead of touching your body directly. So, Jack, like this.
Okay.
Do that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right on your chest.
Circle your nips.
Left and right.
Circle the nips. There you go.
Now counterclockwise.
Now, they have a video that you can download if you want to,
Oh,
Jack.
great.
That shows you the best techniques, and
Get it,
you can figure out which one works for you the best.
Or you could put on a long sleeve shirt. Just saying. I think my idea is still great. Just cover those bad boys up.
So the trial did have limitations, though. It didn't work for everyone, but they have found that without severe therapy or any medications...
Severe therapy? Why'd you throw in the word severe? I thought the word severe was a little unnecessary.
Yeah, thank you.
Any other medications, you wouldn't have to take those. This soft stroke technique and this circling techniques can separate and replace the picking and nail biting and things of that nature.
Look at that, Jack. Fixed.
How about some real radio fidget spinners?
There we go. Okay.
They said that...
We're here for you, bud. We're trying to help out.
He says you can think of...
Look, he's doing it. He's softly stroking his skin.
I'm trying.
Yeah, can I tell you, that looks terrible.
It looks bad, right?
Yeah, it looks like you're trying to fly away.
Back to the nips.
Fly away. Fly away.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Medical advice is basically telling you to look like you're making out with somebody in third grade and you're in the corner and you're just rubbing your back.
It says that habit replacement therapies and techniques are just part of a bigger BFRB puzzle that a lot of people don't even understand what causes them. Sometimes the therapy won't work, of course. I mean, only 54%. But if it becomes abnormal and by the way, they're saying the other thing is one of the biggest issues with skin pickers, Jack, specifically is that. Do you know what it is?
What?
That they get infected and you get sepsis.
Sure, dirt under your nails or on your hands. You keep opening up a wound.
Right, you're going in there and all that bacteria and stuff that gets under your nails and you start digging into your body.
See, I think it's there. I got to pick it out.
No, it's not going to work like that. Now, let me ask you. It says here that having this is it's like having this thing. And what they're saying is having BFRBs or needing to bite your nails or pick is like having a blanket of thorns. They said that you feel uncomfortable in your own kind of being, and that way you're always picking or grabbing or scratching or something like that.
Yeah, we're here for you, Jack.
Before I answer,
hey, listen over here too.
Is there any money from the government for this?
Let me see right here.
Can I get a disability?
It's not a Native American casino situation.
Yeah, it says right here at the end, it says, if you can't make this happen, the government will give you a tub of butter.
I'll take it.
I don't know how that helps, but...
I don't have the thorn thing. I don't know. I just feel something that I'm like, oh, that doesn't belong there. Let me get rid of it.
Well, then the good news is that you're comfortable in your skin. The bad news is that you act like somebody who's really not comfortable in their skin.
Well, I don't know what the most severe one of this is. My son, oh my God, my oldest is a fingernail eater. I think all my kids are fingernail eaters. And I wonder if this is more prevalent with women than men.
Picking?
Yeah, the whole idea of the BFRB, that these little habits that you use to kind of soothe yourself when you're uncomfortable. I would think it would probably be more with women, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah, and it doesn't say anything about it being, of it being divided by sex as being one more, having more proclivity to do it than the other. It doesn't mention that in the story.
All I know, this is one thing I found out, is that if Jack implements those techniques on a bus, he will scare people.
Yeah. I'll end up like Pee Wee Herman.
Yeah.
Arrested. Other things that might play a role include your personality, the amount of stress in your life, your childhood, and even the age when you first started showing signs of BFRB. More women than men.
Really? Wow. It doesn't say. Where did you find that?
WebMD.
There you go. There yes. More women than men. I mean, that's what I thought. It kind of makes more sense because I think women have a much more difficult time being comfortable with themselves as they've been dealt it.
Yeah.
You agree with that?
Yeah. I learned that in the Barbie movie.
Yeah. Do you really?
Yep.
I didn't know that. So
that got a message.
That makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense that women would have to deal with this more. And I would think the most common one probably is nail biting.
Yeah, but hair pulling is also... Yeah, that's...
And maybe even picking. I mean, I could get that as well.
Yeah, because some people like legit just pull their hair out.
Pull their hair out. Yeah, exactly.
Man, that's
Cricket
another...
Yeah, I'm not going there.
Another example of balance.
Oh my God, no, don't do that, Jack. My God. Don't ruin your moneymaker. All right.
Oh, God, that would be so bad if he's picking and bald.
Oh, God, what a day. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. What's the number one state to retire to? What's everybody think that is?
Oh, I'd like to know the answer.
I think we're living in it.
Yeah, you think it was Florida, right?
Yeah,
I think it's Florida. I mean, everybody has said, if you're retiring, you're going to Florida, Arizona, right? Those are the two states.
Yeah.
They have both been unseated.
Oh.
And I will tell you, the most unlikely thing you'll hear today of the new state that has taken over the realm of the number one state to retire to. We'll tell you that next.
Real radio is Real Music Weekends. Real Music Weekends. This weekend on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by attorney Mo DeWitt. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com.
From the Rude Air Conditioning Weather Center, powered locally by Ferguson HVAC.
Hey everyone, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at your Central Florida forecast. Another hot and humid day. Forecast highs reaching 94 degrees through the Orlando metro, with feels like temperatures up to 105 early this afternoon. We are going to be seeing a lot of sunshine before showers and thunderstorms do roll in, mainly after 3-4 o'clock tonight, and could be lasting into the early morning hours tomorrow. Heavy rain, frequent lightning, and gusty winds are possible, so stay weather aware.
This report is sponsored by Wawa. Wawa's new rechargers are energy drinks for everyday doers. Whether you're going out or staying in, power through your day with a new handcrafted iced or frozen Wawa recharger. Gotta have a Wawa.
Guys, let me tell you something. In just one visit, just one, Life Imaging FLA has shown its worth to me. 55 years old, whenever you get those lingering little pains or little aches, you just can't ignore those anymore. And I know now with kidney and prostate issues on both sides of my immediate family, I can't ignore any of those issues. I had an instant opportunity to visit the guys over at Life Imaging FLA to get that free heart scan. I didn't pause for 1 second. And what did I find? Of course, I found some stuff I shouldn't have found. Kidneys, cysts on my kidneys, mildly enlarged prostate. But the cool thing is I could take that scan info directly into my primary care doctor, and we started building that plan immediately. And that peace of mind, I'm going to tell you straight up, that is hard to explain. And even better, it gets you more in tune with your body so that you can get the most out of your life. No dyes, you don't take off your clothes, and it only takes minutes. Do what I did. Get with the guys over at Life Imaging FLA for that free heart scan, and it only has a few minimum requirements, but that is a $699 value. And the info you guys get, man, it is genuinely amazing. While you're there, be sure to ask about their cancer screening as well. And it's so easy. All you have to do is pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the keyword free heart scan. That is it. Pound 250, say the keyword free heart scan, and you will be connected in just seconds. Make that call today. Make that appointment. Could be very important. Could be life-saving. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeartMedia.
Millions of Floridians do the math, and millions of Floridians choose Amscot Cash Advance because it makes sense. Up to $500 fast with no credit check. Get started at amscot.com. Amscot. Some restrictions apply, subject to approval.
Amscot. It's a beautiful day at the grocery store. The shopper is rounding the end cap. Uh-oh. Looks like there's some spilled tomato sauce. Here comes the slide. Oh!
That's going to leave a mark, Bob.
Talk about a curveball.
Clean up on aisle 5.
At Morgan & Morgan, we know injuries can come out of left field. As America's largest injury law firm, we've recovered over $15 billion for our clients. If you've been injured in an accident, call Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Preventive maintenance on all brands, and that saves you money and can detect an upcoming breakdown. Visit millsair.com.
With the Autio app riding shotgun, every road trip is an adventure.
Autio is my traveling companion. It's educational, entertaining, funny. It makes the drive come to life.
The Autio app automatically plays you stories about the natural wonders, local legends, and fascinating histories outside your car window, with over 10,000 unique stories from coast to coast.
I've learned more about my hometown from the Autio app than I did growing up here.
Autio, the perfect companion for your next road trip. Learn more at autio.com.
Attention business owners, was your company impacted during COVID? If you had W-2 employees during 2020 and 2021, you may be entitled for up to $26,000 per employee through the Employee Retention Credit Program. This is not alone. The IRS paid back billions already. We've helped thousands of businesses just like yours, so let us help you. At ERC Business Solutions, we make it simple. We do it all for you, so you won't have to worry about the complex application process. There's absolutely no risk. If you don't get paid, we don't get paid. Most businesses do qualify, even those with no decline in revenues or those that already got PPP. Discover how much you can claim. There's no cost or obligation. Call now, 800-375-1175. That's 800-375-1175. Get up to $26,000 per employee. Call 800-375-1175. 800-375-1175.
Pollo Tropical has a real Cuban sandwich, down to the cut. More roast pork. Esto es lechón, and it will always be lechón. Ham, cheese, pickles. Because without pickles, it's not a real Cuban. Mantequilla is a gift from God, and it's pressed until the cheese melts. A classic. And the drive-thru, it's like una ventanita. The Cuban sandwich from Pollo Tropical. It doesn't get more Cuban than this.
For adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy, now there's Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection. With Skyrizi, 3 out of 4 people achieve 90% clear skin at 4 months, and Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Nothing in me go hand in hand. Nothing on my skin, that's my new place. Nothing is every day.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
With Skyrizi, you could achieve 90% clearer skin. Ask your doctor about the #1 dermatologist prescribed biologic in psoriasis and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by Tools Ace Hardware.
The Jim Colbert Show returns now on Real Radio 104.1.
Hey, Jack, if you let me pick your source, you can pick mine. And I'm talking rip and tear and... Oh, just get at it, right, Jackie? Get at it.
Goddamn. Oh, man. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Anyone can send a talk back.
I think you should take him up on that, Jackson. Oh, man. Oh, man.
See, that's gross to me.
That was gross to everybody.
That's where I draw the line.
407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Texting server's been on fire today, by the way. And by the way, thanks for everybody checking us up on YouTube. That was great. We had like 250 people in there a little bit earlier. That's awesome, guys. I appreciate it. I jumped onto the chat just a few minutes ago. I'm going to hop back in just a sec. But you can go to JimColbertLive.com and YouTube right through. And please encourage somebody else to kind of subscribe. We have over 4,000. We would love to just kind of grow that as much as possible. We have collectively made a decision to kind of put more content up on YouTube. So if you like and subscribe our YouTube channel, you can go there every day and kind of hopefully find some new stuff to check out about the show.
Do you think we will add followers if I pick on camera?
Oh, man. Yeah. Well, you do it, don't you?
Yeah, you do.
Well, kind of. But
Not on purpose.
No, you don't see it. Because I think my arm is...
Well, he hides it because what he does, he's very slick. He has his little picky thing now, and it looks like he's just... Actually, you can't even tell.
Yeah, you can tell.
Deb and Ross know, because Deb will get hit in the top. Actually, go, stop picking. Stop picking.
We'll be like having a series.
It's like he surprised himself with the lie. He goes, no, yes.
It went, no, God's watching. Yes.
Right. I really wanted to say no, but I'm like, wait a minute, yes.
Yeah, you know you do. All right, welcome back. I'm Jim, Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well. All right, right before we went to break, I was telling you, Florida has been dethroned as the #1 state to retire to. Now, before we get in, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'll give you guys all 2 guesses, and we're going to try to figure out what this is. Now, there are a couple of things taken into play when it comes to why people would choose somewhere else. It says Florida may no longer be the #1 place to retire. That title goes now to another state. And according to Bankrate.com, Florida could not compare to this state when it comes to affordability, health care, weather, and crime. So in other words, crime rates are low, weather's good, healthcare system works great, and it's affordable. In other words, you can get a house or an apartment there, and it's not going to be $3,000 for you and a refrigerator and a cot. So what do you think? Ross, choice 1.
Texas.
No.
Alabama.
No.
Those are your 2 guesses? All right.
Don't say it like that.
Delaware.
No.
North Carolina.
No.
It's shocking, right? It's going to be shocking. Oklahoma.
No.
In Indiana.
North Dakota.
Iowa.
Come on, man.
Iowa.
Really?
Is the new leader in
old homies.
The state that you retire to. Iowa.
Why?
Of all I just said.
I don't believe it.
The cost of living. Now, you guys, you actually nailed some of the others, but you only got of the top 5. You only got 1. The other state is Delaware, West Virginia, Missouri, and Mississippi. And by the way, those are 4 of the worst places in the United States to live.
Yeah, I mean, they're consistently on the bottom of health,
education, climate. Like Mississippi is one of the most humid states on planet Earth.
I don't get it.
Missouri?
Delaware, because it's like boring. I thought that would be good for, retirement.
You know where Biden's from?
Yes.
He's Delaware guy, yeah.
When I think of Delaware, I just think of like hot tea. I don't know why.
Yeah.
It just seems like a place that would drink a lot of tea. I regret saying that.
Like Iowa. Like, I couldn't believe it. Iowa. Like, I never hear any. You know what I know about Iowa? You know, what's the most famous thing you know from Iowa?
Caucus, the Iowa caucus.
Well, the caucus
Corn.
is there for sure.
Corn.
Corn is popular, too. But in
Pat
the
Clark comes from Colfax, Iowa.
In the world, God, that's weird that you know that. It's actually weirder that you know that than you pick. In the world of entertainment, what's one of the biggest things to come out of Iowa?
The State Fair.
No.
Bill Hader.
No, is it really? Did it come from Iowa?
I think it was Oklahoma.
Yeah, I think it is Oklahoma, actually.
I'm goofing it. All my guesses are ass.
I think the band Slipknot is from Iowa.
No.
Yeah, I believe they named one of their albums Iowa for that very reason.
Wow.
That's why they are putting their fingers into my eyes.
Des Moines is the most populated city with 495,000 people.
Wow.
So it's smaller than Orlando. Cedar Rapids is up there, Davenport and Sioux City, Iowa City. Those are the the most populated areas of Iowa. And there you go. Iowa.
All right, so the butterfly swimming stroke was created in Iowa. The American Gothic House is in Iowa.
Really? 3.1 million people in the entire state.
And their state fair attracts over 1 million visitors a year. But I think the most interesting thing I see on Fun Facts of Iowa is beneath all the cornfields of Iowa lies hundreds of prehistoric caves.
Really? Wow, I did not know that about Iowa.
Well, that's a lot more interesting that this is where the breaststroke first started.
In the cornfield.
Butterfly stroke, Ross.
A butterfly stroke.
It's different.
It's not even... If I read that in a pamphlet and you're trying to sell your city, I'm like, next. How can you even tell?
Yeah.
It's whatever. Don't get me started. Hold me back.
Hogs outnumber people 4-1.
Oh, yeah, that's a big pig farming area, right?
Hogs out?
The red, delicious apple originated in Peru, Iowa.
Nice. Peru, Iowa. Wow.
I believe
what a
that's
dichotomy.
Yeah, right.
I believe that's also where Glenn Klausman's better half is from.
Really?
I believe she's from Iowa.
I'll be damned.
Check out Deb with her freaky memory.
I know. I love that. Wow, I could have never imagined living in Iowa. And they say weather. Doesn't it get cold as ass up there?
I thought it did. I mean,
Like,
I'm going to go to Iowa. Let's go back home to Wisconsin.
Like, I think it gets really cold up there.
Corn.
Captain Kirk was from Iowa.
They're flexing on their corn. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go retire there.
Well, I don't know. It looks like a pretty temperamental place. I mean, in this, like from April until let's say this, from May until October, the highest temperatures are like 86, and that's in July. So you get like mid 70s temperatures most of the year.
That's pretty wild. You said in the state they're outnumbered 4-1
by hogs.
Hogs.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, man, you better keep them hogs happy. 'Cause those numbers, that's prime for a revolution.
Yeah.
You can be overthrown.
407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. So let's see what we're going to talk about when we come back here next. Oh, okay, here you go.
I can keep talking about 4-1 outnumbered by
So
hogs.
actually, I may lean on Jack on this segment coming up because I don't know as much as Jack does because I know Jack and Scott Maxwell have talked about this a bunch. But Oklahoma now is being sued because they want to do something with the school system, and it's something that we deal with here. And really, I don't have a clear. And I want to ask listeners if they have students dealing with this right now because I kind of want to get a bigger picture of what this is. I'll tell you what that is next.
Real Radio and Carl Black Chevrolet want to send you and a friend to Nashville for a fun-filled weekend and tickets to see Luke Bryan. Register to win now at realradio.fm/contests.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. goldsmithjewelry.com.
Still seeing some slow traffic on I-4 this afternoon in the Orlando area as you take I-4 both east and westbound between the Beach Line and 535. Westbound delays continue for drivers traveling through downtown between Ivanhoe and Amelia Street. No major problems at this time for those taking the 408 east or westbound. Traffic moving well north and southbound along Florida's Turnpike. If you see traffic problems, call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. If you're like many people, you may think custom blinds is a job for expensive professionals. Well, at Blindster, if you have a tape measure and a screwdriver, you can install our custom blinds and save big. Plus, we guarantee they'll fit. Blindster.com.
You know, that mortgage guy, Don, is a mortgage broker, not a retail lender or a corner bank. And he has a really cool feature on his website that lets you see the broker difference for yourself. Just go to thatmortgageguyDon.com and click the compare quote button and upload your quote. That's it. Don will interpret it for you, tell you how much you're actually paying for your loan, and let you know if you can get a better deal. But if you already have a great deal, that mortgage guy, Don, will tell you that too. And that means it's peace of mind right there at your fingertips. So don't miss the boat. Compare your quote at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Getting a root canal doesn't have to be a bad experience. Advanced Endodontics are experts in root canals. Why go anywhere else? Their experienced, compassionate staff uses state-of-the-art equipment, offers same-day appointments for emergencies with 5 convenient locations, and no referrals are needed. Advanced Endodontics also offers flexible financing. For more information or to schedule your root canal, go to ineedarootcanal.com. That's ineedarootcanal.com.
There are 16 spots in the playoffs and just one track left. Well, not just any track.
We're basically going to have to win.
Daytona. A last chance to keep playoff hopes alive.
1 point to the good.
And for fans to experience an event unlike any other. NASCAR weekend at Daytona International Speedway, August 25th and 26th. Get your tickets now at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
In this week's Marketers Report, Raja Rajamanar, Chief Marketing and Communications Officer of MasterCard, talks about measurement.
Measuring Sonic and Sonic branding, the principles of measurement are the same, but the parameters that you measure are different. We measured, and what we find is our investment is paying for itself in oodles.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, trusted influencers, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Hi, welcome to IKEA. Talk.
Talk? What's talk?
That's thank you in Swedish. We're saying talk to our loyal IKEA family members with lots of discounts and new lower prices on your favorite items, from the kitchen to the bathroom.
Wow, talk.
No, talk to you. Visit IKEA-USA.com/family-offers to check out our offers available to you. Offers valid 8/2 to 8/20. U.S. only while supplies last. Selection may vary by store and online. See store and IKEA-USA.com for complete terms. Restrictions apply.
Hi, my name's Charles. On my way to work, I was struck by a tractor trailer. I called attorney Glenn Klausman for help. He got me to really good doctors. I don't think it's right to be bragging on a billboard or TV about getting millions of dollars for getting hurt. However, I will say Glenn Klausman got me a great settlement quicker than I thought possible. I'm very happy with the results, and that's why I'm doing this. Call Glenn Klausman at 407-917-1718. His website is KLAUSMANlaw.com. Car crash, call Klausman.
Office, Winter Park.
It's happening now. International Diamond Center Spectacular Summer of Savings event, giving you a break from inflation and rising interest rates. Now for a limited time, you get IDC's incredible value price plus 3 years, 0 interest financing. And IDC will even cover your first 2 payments. Rings, earrings, bands, bracelets, colored gemstones, even GIA certified. Buy now and spread your payments over 36 months with 0% interest. How about a $3,000 pair of diamond stud earrings or anniversary band? Your payment is just $84 a month and will even cover your first 2 payments completely. Or how about some rollback pricing on wedding bands at IDC? Now through August, you can take 20% off any wedding band. That's price deflation. International Diamond Center's Summer of Savings event. Your refuge from rising prices. Special discounts and 3 years, 0 interest financing. Now for a limited time. Only at International Diamond Center. 4 Orlando locations. On approved credit, some product restrictions apply. See store for details.
Every day is good with the new Dunkin' Chorizo and Egg Wrap, made with chorizo, scrambled eggs, and cheese. Or the Chicken and Roasted Pepper Wrap, made with chicken, roasted peppers, and cheese. America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer. Terms apply.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
If you've been injured in a car accident, call Pound Law from your cell phone. Morgan & Morgan.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Find out at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. The Jim Colbert Show returns now on Real Radio 104.1.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Just knocking off work. Turn us up loud. We got you all the way to your driveway.
Yeah, we do.
Even if you have a 2-hour commute, we can get you all the way to your driveway. And of course, check us out on YouTube. That's at the Jim Colbert Show. Just YouTube/at Jim Colbert Show. I believe you can just go to Jim Colbert Live and click right through there.
Yeah.
Give us a like, subscribe while you're there if you don't mind. Helps us out a lot. And that's that. Also, all social media. If you haven't followed us there, we'd like that as well. I mean, while we're asking, right?
Yeah, exactly. Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, it costs you nothing.
It does not.
And it's the only way we get paid.
All right, welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well. Okay, this is out of Oklahoma City, guys. A group of parents, faith leaders, and a public education nonprofit have sued Oklahoma to stop them from establishing and funding what would be the nation's very first religious public charter school.
I mean, it kind of feels like we're already doing that without
we are here in Florida.
So that's what gets interesting about this. Now, I guess the difference between what we do here in Central Florida and charter schools, I guess, across the nation, and what these guys are saying is like it is straight up has Catholic in the name, right? The lawsuit filed in Oklahoma County District Court seeks to stop taxpayer funds from going to the is it Isidore or Isidore? Isidore of Seville Catholic Virtual School. The statewide virtual charter school board voted 3-2 last month to approve the application by the Catholic Archdiocese of Oklahoma City to establish the school, and the board and its members are among those listed as defendants. In other words, they're suing everybody and anybody that has anything to do with this. And I find this interesting because religious leaders are saying, nope, that's not how it's supposed to go. You know, I mean, even the religious leaders in the community are going, this is not a good idea. It clearly says separation of church and state. My taxpayer dollars should not fund your religious learning because maybe I don't believe in that. So you should not take my dollars and teach, Catholic or Christian, well, Catholic mostly though, right? Just Catholic teachings to students. But I guess the whole thing with it would be like you would only enroll there if you would want it, but they just want the voucher going to a school that's so open about it. Now, and the reason I wanted to bring Jack into this, I did a little reading on the voucher schools, and of course we've talked to Scott Maxwell about that here in Central Florida quite a bit. And from what I understand, hell, it was just out this week about the Prager University stuff, which is based on Dennis Prager, who is a right-wing conservative talk show host. I don't know where he's based out of. I can't remember. But he has a thing called PragerU. Now, the difference with the PragerU stuff and this is the Prager University stuff is voluntary. In other words, if a teacher thinks that the Prager University stuff could be used in a curriculum to enhance the curriculum they've chosen, then they can use it. It's been approved, but it is not mandatory.
Yet.
Right, so that's what I read. But still, it is, without question, a singular ideology, right? It basically pushes conservative values onto students. And for some people who don't want to indoctrinate kids, that's exactly what the PragerU stuff does.
Well, if you're going to...
It basically talks about it. You can go through the curriculum. I'm not making any of this up. I mean, you can basically see it does push the ideology of conservatism.
Yeah, and they're not shy about that. Dennis Prager himself said, it is about indoctrination.
Matter of fact, he even said, I'm trying to change minds.
Yes.
Whoa.
But that's the problem. Because this indoctrination is okay, right?
Well, this is what they're saying. This is why they're fighting it. I mean, you talk about the one here in Florida?
I'm just talking about the hypocrisy, as it were.
Right.
Don't indoctrinate our kids. But hey, if you want to use this Prager University stuff and turn them all into conservatives, we're cool with that.
See, that's what Governor DeSantis was using for his education changes in Florida was to fight indoctrination, but it was more a left-leaning liberal message he was fighting when the indoctrination approved by the Board of Education in the state of Florida to be used as Prager education. It's indoctrination, but it's of a conservative think. So one is okay, the other one is not.
Right. It says, quote, creating a religious public charter school is not religious freedom. And that was said by a Reverend Lori Walk, who was a senior minister at Mayflower Congregational Church in Oklahoma. So basically, even the religious leaders are saying this is a terrible idea to allow that. Now, I kind of wanted to have a broader conversation about just charter schools in general, because we know through Scott's studies and what Scott has told us that it can be a wasteland. I'm sure there are some charter schools that do a wonderful job, and that's kind of what I'm opening the phones up. I would love to hear some parents who have kids in charter schools, because we've talked about charter schools a lot, but I've never opened up the phones to talk to parents who actually have kids in charter schools. And for people who do not know, a charter school is where you get a voucher from the state and you're able to put your child into a school that teaches a particular curriculum that you kind of deem okay.
Yeah, and so in Florida, what I see is the problem with charter schools. It's defunding public education, for one, because you're taking money out of public schools to give them vouchers to go to other schools, right?
Yes.
So the public infrastructure education is getting less money because that money is now being diverted to these private charter schools that your student would go to. But the bigger problem is they do not have to follow the same standards that the public schools do. So the Board of Education for the state can set certain standards for the public schools in Florida, and the charter schools do not have to follow those standards. And some of them excel, but others fall woefully short.
Right.
And who's checking up on that and what is being done? And some of those charter schools are religious schools who have banned kids for being gay. And so that would not be allowed in a public school.
Also, the book choice is not the same as the curriculum that are in public schools.
It's like, who sets the rules? It's up to the individual charter schools. It's not the Board of Education, because they only are overseeing the public schools.
And from Scott's view, and then from what I've read today as well, when you go to, and this is a Florida, this is a .org, Department of Education.org website. It kind of goes through what they have to do to become a charter school. Can I tell you something? They have a click and apply button. Like, you could just go up there and be like, you know what? I think we should have a charter school. And you basically click and you apply. And if you can adhere to the curriculum and you can adhere to the list of things that they want you to do, you could theoretically open up a charter school. Because I will tell you, when you read the list of things that they are supposed to do, it is really broad. I mean, it's not very defined. It's like, they must have teachers that love the students. It really does sound kind of not really defined. I don't know how to explain it, but it doesn't sound like a curriculum. Like, if you're reading something about the school, the kids must score this score on these math tests, right? Kids must have at least a C average in basic reading. Like, when you read school curriculum, it's information that is finite. Like, you can go, okay, so my kid has to get C's or better in basic reading. When you go to the charter school programs and you read that, it is considerably more, it just seems like word salad. Like, they just wrote things there to have verbiage on the page. It isn't really defined. And it seems like anybody can do this. You don't have to be accredited. I don't think the teachers have to be accredited in some of these H's. It really is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and how many do you think are in Florida? How many charter schools in the state? I do.
Oh,
I'll go
thousands.
No, I'll go 80.
Oh, wait, no.
No. I'll go 800. Go 8,000.
I'll go 2,500.
703 charter schools as of 21-22 school year.
All right, I'll take it.
Okay, good. And that represents about 360,000 students. So that's quite a few students in charter schools. So 407-916-1041. Yeah, buddy, you're going to say something?
No. I was just letting you know that we have some really great calls. We have Logan, who was a teacher and a past charter school student.
Very cool. I'm dying to hear from you guys. 407-916-1041. Logan, how you doing, buddy? Welcome to the program.
Good. How's it going?
Good, brother.
Yeah, so I was just, I was listening. You guys had some questions about charter school. I'm a current middle school teacher at a charter school, and I actually graduated from the same school. So I might be able to provide some insight on what you guys are talking about.
Okay, a couple questions before we get into questions. I mean, how many students at the school?
Right about 1,000, maybe. I think this year we're going to break 1,000, probably like 1,100, 1,200.
How long has the school been around?
Since 2014.
So 2014. And does it have a particular? Is it aligned with a particular religious doctrine or anything?
No,
not at all.
It's non-religious, nothing. I'm actually a science teacher, so science and religion kind of go hand in hand. So when I teach things about, earth science and so on and so forth, we watch clips of the Great Debate, which is, Dinesh D'Souza, and I can't remember the gentleman that he debated. So, it's very open. I allow students to have their own opinions, and, it's not my job to tell them what science to believe.
Who ultimately decides the curriculum for your school?
It's OCPS.
So it's Orange County Public Schools do it. Now, they just oversee it. They don't actually decide the curriculum, right?
They do. So I follow, OCPS tells me these are these are the standards that you need to hit on, so on and so forth. So the thing about the charter school is I just have a little bit more freedom. So at the beginning of every year, OCPS has, standard one should take you a week. If I realize that my students aren't grasping the concept, I don't have to push through and get that standard done in 5 class days. I can go 10, 11, 12 days if I need to make sure that these students understand the concept and so on and so forth.
Well, that's better than trying to
So
cram it in.
What about the...
Right, yeah, there's a little bit more freedom.
I know it's changed recently with the standardized testing, but do you have to follow that same testing that public schools have to follow in Orange County?
Like the SATs and things of that nature?
Yeah.
Yep, we do. We have the same testing schedule as OCPS. And so really the best way to think about it is it's a school of choice. So we accept students. You have to apply to be accepted and so on and so forth. If behavior becomes an issue, we can kick students out. We can ask them, we're not going to take you back next year and so on and so forth. So that's kind of where the charter aspect of it, to where it's not a public school, it is a school of choice.
Does the county or the state hold any authority over this school as far as what a student is performing? Can they take a student out of the school, or is it strictly up to the school itself to deal with student and the issues?
I'm not 100% sure on the admin aspect of what it would take to remove a student. I know if it was a behavior issue, administration, principal, whoever can say your student is, threw a chair at this other student. We're not going to have him back next year.
Yeah, that'd be a good choice.
Expelled, so.
Hey, Logan, let me ask you this,
one
man.
thing I did
Go ahead, buddy. I'm sorry.
Go for it.
No, please go ahead.
I did want to say, Jimmy, we do have accreditation, just like all other public schools and I think private schools, but we still get accredited and have to come through and they inspect everything and so on and so forth.
Yeah, got you there. Okay, so how does that education from a charter school hold up going into college? Like when like say one of your seniors wants to go to UCF or Florida or whatever the case may be, how does the education at a charter school hold up to those entry exams?
Much better. It's smaller class sizes. The teachers really get to know the students. A lot of the students, now that the school is going on, being around for 10 years now.
Yeah.
The teachers know the students from kindergarten all the way up to senior year and stuff like that.
Is that how you wound up in there?
Much better.
I mean, if you've only been there 10 years and you're teaching there now, that means you probably went there like late in middle school or early in high school.
Yep. Middle 7th grade is when I went there. Yeah.
So why?
It was in the neighborhood. It's right around where I grew up and stuff like that. So it was easy for mom and dad to drop me off, so on and so forth.
What's the diversity like in a charter school?
Just like anywhere else.
Yeah.
I'd say our it's predominantly white, but there's a big Hispanic population, African American population, just like anything else.
Gotcha, buddy. Well, thanks for your call, buddy. I really appreciate that. 407-916-1041. I know we got to go to break, but I got to get Keith there before we get out of here. Keith, how you doing?
Pretty good. I'm a consultant, so I own a behavior analysis business, which is the science of behavior, and we deal with behavior problems and help schools deal with behavior problems. And I've been all over the state of Florida, and I think you guys are mixing a couple of things up.
Okay,
You're
help us out.
mixing up charter schools with McKay scholarship schools.
Okay.
All the things that you said about no curriculum and not having to have these are all McKay scholarship schools, which are schools that get money from the state. They just don't have to follow really any kind of rules. Charter schools have the same exact standards, the same exact tests, the same exact everything that a regular public school does. As a matter of fact, here in Polk County, the whole city of Lake Wales took their 6 schools and went charter. The people who live in Lake Wales are still zoned to those schools.
Well, let me ask you a quick question then, because I'm very interested. If it's the same curriculum, the same everything, why have them? If it's the same as the public schools that we fund already, why would we have a charter school?
I think that, like the other caller said, I know it gives more freedom. So they have different electives in some of the charter schools I go to. You don't have your standard electives. Also, they can pay the teachers more. They can have different days off, but they have to have the same standards, same exact amount of time. If you have a kid in ESE, the same exact. And as far as kicking kids out, they do it the same way that a public school does. They don't get another opportunity to. There aren't extra things that a charter school can do, especially if you're zoned to that school.
Yeah. What percentage of the schools that you deal with have a faith-based element to it?
0.
None of them.
No charter school will, because that's a public school. And now some of the advantage to a charter school is where a charter school can go out into the community and say, give us donations, give us funds. And regular public schools can't do that. So they can't really compete on those type of things on the same level. And a charter school also has an opportunity, like for athletics, they can go around and recruit people. And I've seen charter schools who have D's and F's that go and to the better schools recruit A and B students to come to school just simply to raise their grade.
Wow. Okay, buddy. I appreciate your call. We're running behind. I'd love to talk to you a little bit more. 407-916-1041. Back in a second with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
Facebook, more than a place to remind you of birthdays. Find us and like us. Real Radio 1041 on Facebook is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
Slowdowns continue on I-4 this afternoon in the Orlando area. You can expect delays between 46A and Dirkskin Drive up in Seminole County, as well as between the Beach Line and 535. A crash northbound on the Turnpike is currently blocking the center lane between the 408 and Colonial Drive. If you see other traffic problems, make sure to call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Wawa. Wawa's new rechargers are energy drinks for everyday doers. Whether you're going out or staying in, power through your day with a new handcrafted iced or frozen Wawa recharger. Gotta have a Wawa.
We are not thebanks.com sponsoring the Jim Colbert Show question of the day. You find it on YouTube, it's on Twitter, it's on Facebook. We invite you to answer our question. We'll talk about it at the end of the program. But a big shout out to Brad Siebert and his team at wearenotthebanks.com. Direct mortgage lenders. It's who I used when I did my refi several years ago. And Brad is great, and he's built a great team around him. And they're not the banks. They're better than the banks. This is what they do, mortgages. Is this the year where you are going to move into your next home? Brad Siebert can help at wearenotthebanks.com. Maybe you love your home, you want to take advantage of some of the equity you've built up over the year. If that's right for you, maybe it's a refi time, and wearenotthebanks.com is where you can go to get started. He deals with all types of buyers, whether you have good credit, even bumps in your credit, they can still find a plan to work with you with all types of loan packages, VA loans, conventional loans, even jumbo loans of all sizes for all your mortgage needs. Here is the website. Once again, it's wearenotthebanks.com. Get started today. NMLS ID number 66247, equal housing opportunity.
Cento Family Moving and Storage is Central Florida's trusted source for local and long-distance moving. From packing to delivery, Cento Moving is fully licensed and insured to provide you a seamless moving experience so you can enjoy your new home in no time. Get a quote today at centomoving.com. Forget the stress, move with the best.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine. I'm Ellie Anajar. Together, we're Anajar and Levine, and our team is a triple threat to big insurance companies.
Don't settle with the insurance companies for a fraction of what your case is worth. We'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve.
That's the Anajar and Levine difference. Get your free case review right now. We'll help you take back control of your life. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In Office Orlando.
Check it out.
You lifted your car?
Yep. Refinanced my auto loan with Navy Federal Credit Union. Put the money I saved towards an 18-inch lift kit. Pretty sweet, huh?
It's a minivan.
Well, now it's a mega van.
Dad, I can't get down.
At Navy Federal Credit Union, we're here to help our members save toward their goals. Whatever they may be. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission.
Just come out, just come out. The man when you're in trouble, car accidents, slips and falls, he's the only one that you should call. Just come out when you're injured on the go.
Orlando Attorney Mo DeWitt, sung by a non-attorney spokesperson.
Hi, everyone. Jim Colbert here for my friends over at Life Imaging FLA. Man, in just one visit, Life Imaging FLA has shown its worth to me. And at 55 years old, I just cannot shrug off lingering aches or unexplainable pain anymore. With known kidney and prostate issues on both sides of my immediate family, I don't ignore those now. The instant I had the opportunity to visit Life Imaging FLA for their free heart scan, I didn't pause for a second. And what do we find? Cyst on my kidneys and a mildly enlarged prostate. I took that scan info directly to my primary care doctor, and we started building my plan immediately. You feel empowered and even better, more in tune with your body so you can get the most out of life. No dyes, you don't take off your clothes, and it only takes minutes. Don't wait. Do what I did. Call Life Imaging FLA right now for your free heart scan with just a few minimum requirements. That's a $699 value. And while you're there, ask about their cancer screening as well. Just pick up your cell phone and dial pound 250. Say the keyword free heart scan. That's pound 250. Say the keyword free heart scan, and you'll be connected in seconds. Guys, make that call and make this the day you take control of your long-term health care. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeartMedia.
Because I don't like asking my family for help.
Because paying utility bills on time beats paying reconnection fees.
Amscott Cash Advance, up to $500. No credit checks. Get started at amscott.com. Some restrictions apply, subject to approval.
Here's how to avoid a top mistake in divorce. Text messages and social media posts can wind up in front of a judge. Act accordingly. Don't post like a fool. Divorce? Trenley Kramer Law. TK Law. OneFirmForLife.com.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier Factory Authorized Dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Preventive maintenance on all brands, and that saves you money and can detect an upcoming breakdown. Visit millsair.com.
That's right. It's a real mess out there, Kate. We're seeing heavy congestion on the eastbound lanes of the main expressway with traffic backed up for miles.
What do traffic and debt have in common? You don't want to be in either for too long. Move into the fast lane with Fairwinds Credit Union. We'll help you set goals, save more, and be your guide to achieving financial freedom together. Visit fairwinds.org/together and become a member today. Fairwinds. Financial freedom happens here. Federally insured by NCUA.
Christner's is known as the place to celebrate all of life's special events.
Their commitment to quality food features USDA prime steaks aged in-house, classic cocktails, fine wines, and excellent service is simply unmatched. To enhance your legendary experience, Christner's now offers an array of custom bourbons and New Heaven's Door Barrel Aged Old Fashioned. Every day is a special occasion at Christner's. Visit Christner'sPrimeSteakandLobster.com for reservations. This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by CrimeLine.org. Give a tip anonymously.
You can watch radio being made on a daily basis at Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
What up? It's Cool Daddy in Claremont. I need the Colbert crew to come out and play a celebrity scramble, even though it's just going to be 8 of us, me and my family and you guys. But we'll split up the teams. My wife smokes heaters and loves to drink, so she and Deb can be in one cart. My 19-year-old son, who plays mini tour events, he hates the Yankees. He and Jack can ride together. And me, Jim, Ross, and my other son, CJ, who parties as hard as Jim did back in the day. We'll make the other one drink, smoke, and get in trouble. Come on.
That was a pretty good pitch. I'm going to be honest with you.
Let's go low, brother.
I don't know. I don't know about this. I get the guy who hates the Yankees.
Yep. Ross, you and I should pair up and take on people in the audience in golf. We should do that.
Do you want to hear something that's painfully cute for everyone to hear except for you and I, Jim? You're ready to feel a little uncomfortable?
I love
Weeks. I have gotten 5, maybe even 7 tournaments texted to me by my mom, and they're all father-son tournaments.
What?
And my mom wants us to lie and join father-son tournaments.
This is outstanding.
And every time
it would work. I mean,
doable.
I'm old enough to be your dad.
Yeah. And every time she sends it, I'm like, man, this is weird.
I'll have to ask my actual son how he feels about that.
Yeah, right? It's a little odd. She's like, yeah, no, I mean, lie. Just you're Ross Colbert. Let's run it.
All right, 407-916-1041. Welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well. Got a guy on the texting service coming at me trying to say that I was trying to kind of create a narrative around charter schools. I said straight up front, up front, I do not know anything about them.
Yeah.
I'm asking questions. Actually, the stuff I asked is stuff I've heard, and I read today a little bit that even that they didn't have to have a college degree to teach there, but I went online and said that they are supposed to have a bachelor's degree with 3 years of teaching experience before teaching there.
Yeah, I get confused between the charter school. You have private schools and I guess what the last caller was talking about, McKay scholarship schools.
Yeah, something like that.
Now, I had a neighbor who was a teacher, but he wasn't certified, so he could not work in Florida schools, but he had to work in the private school system in Florida because he was not certified.
Now, Ross, you were just out by this school this past weekend doing stand-up, that Montverde school?
Yeah.
What is that? Is that a publicly funded school? Is that part of the county? Because that's Lake County, right?
I'm leaning towards charter because he brought up one aspect of charter schools is that they're allowed to recruit.
Yeah.
And any school, any high school you've ever heard about when it comes to athletics is gotta be, a charter school or a private school of some sort because they're able to recruit while public schools aren't. So I'm leaning towards charter schools, but I'm also kind of having a crash course of education of learning about charter schools live on air, unfortunately.
I remember in Palatka there was one private school. It's called Briarwood, and I remember when they shut Briarwood down, all the kids came over to public schools, and they loved it because when you're in private school, you've seen the same 50 people or whatever it is every single day. You can imagine a private school in Putnam County, what it must look like. And it was exactly that. It just wasn't that big.
But one thing, though, that caller said, there was a moment where he called charter schools public schools.
Yeah, but I guess they are because basically, like Jack was saying, they're funded. It's a publicly funded school. Like you get a pass, right? You get a voucher to go to that school. Like let's say you grew up in right here in Maitland, like you were going to school in Maitland, right? And the public school was 2 or 3 or 4 miles away. And maybe you didn't like the makeup of the school, didn't like the teachers, didn't like where it was.
Not a big fan of the mascot.
Whatever. And you're like, well, there's a charter school closer to my house. There's fewer people and fewer opportunities. And, they don't have a golf team and they don't have a baseball team. And you're not going to go to the school on Friday nights. And the science program is a little thin, but you like where it is. You like the idea of smaller classes. So you'll go there. Now, the misconception that I had that the gentleman was right about is I was under the estimation that at least some of these schools had a faith-based
curriculum.
Well, not a curriculum totally, but it was an underlying thing.
Mission?
Kind of like that. Yeah, like in other words, it wasn't. They didn't eschew the fact that you could teach about religion beyond the Bible is a book written by that it would be more into the teachings of that or whatever, or maybe the Torah or whatever the case may be.
Well, that's got to exist in some shape or form because that's my elementary school experience.
What, learning about the Bible?
Yeah.
In elementary school?
Yes.
No, I didn't. I don't remember that.
I went to First Baptist Academy in Naples, Florida.
Well, it's academy, though.
It's an academy, but still the whole, I was taught, Noah's Ark was concrete, happened history. That was, part of the history lesson of that day.
But that's an academy, and that is different because that would be, an academy could... See, I don't know.
Private school.
Yeah, that's a private school. In other words, they don't get funding from the state. The school is actually supported by the tuition that the parents pay. Like Bishop Moore.
All right.
Like Bishop Moore on Edgewater Drive is a massive school, and it's a Catholic school. So all of that school is supported by the people who pay tuition to go there, like a college.
Now, but with charter schools, aren't we also still paying tuition? If I want my kid to go to a charter school,
matter of fact, that is one of the things of a charter school. You don't pay tuition. I don't believe you're supposed to at all. You get the voucher from the state to go there.
And then the whole application aspect, too, is a little odd when it comes to charter schools of just he was talking about, that last caller was talking about applying, and just it's weird that a 12-year-old may not get the gig. That's odd to me.
That you could not get in, and he said something, and look, both of those callers were very concise, and I appreciate them. And again, I would take any caller that has anything positive or negative to say about charter schools. I'm just trying to get as much information as possible, and this is all based on this story out of Oklahoma, where they're trying to put, public funding, taxpayer funding, into a school that is basically a stone-cold Catholic school, which, of course, you should disagree with. Regardless of what you feel like, in your walk with God or your faith, you should not want that to happen because that isn't freedom. I mean, you shouldn't take taxpayer dollars and do that. It's not really what it's for. You're supposed to be educated there, not, you're not supposed to learn you learn about that stuff in church, right? You can go to church, you can go to Sunday school and learn about that stuff.
Well, some people believe that's why we are experiencing some of the strife problems of today is because
we don't have
there's less religion in school.
Well, the funny thing is really you don't have to have it in school for there to be less religion because everybody certainly has the ability to take their kids to church on Sunday. They don't need schools, the public schools, to do that. They're there to teach how to read and write and add, to learn about science and social studies and things of that nature, the history of the country, the history of other countries. If you want to learn about religion and have your kids learn about the Bible, take them to Sunday schools. Right. That's what it's there for, Sunday school. Right? I mean, I wouldn't want that. I'm a Christian. I would not want people teaching Christian stuff to my kid in school.
Well, you were raised by a very religious grandmother, but you went to public schools. You still got your religious upbringing with your family, and you still got your education. Nothing was missed.
Nothing was missed.
I don't understand why we have to start mixing them now.
Well, you shouldn't. I mean,
right, exactly.
And, of course, that's, part of how the country was formed is to keep those two things separated. And by the way, I'm not anti-religion by any means at all. I'm not I do believe that kids should learn more about the teachings of many religions who teach peace and prosperity and love. Those are the things that you really should learn about, how to understand to do the right thing when no one's looking, having that integrity. I believe there's a lot of value in that. But the fact is parents just aren't teaching your kids to Sunday school anymore. That's really what's going on. Because, there are fewer people going to church now than ever.
Yeah, but
fewer people going to religious churches or churches in general than ever before. So it has nothing to do with the public schools teaching your kids about religion. You're more than welcome to take them to Sunday school and let them learn there. That's where they belong. All right, 407-916-1041. Let's go to, hey, Jen, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
Hey, I'm good, Jimmy. So I have experience. My kids went to a public charter school, 1st through 3rd grade. It ended up being a nightmare. It was supposed to be a lottery school, but we had an older cousin that was already going there, so we kind of got in by default, if you will.
Okay.
But the kids that they were letting into the school, some of them were expelled from other schools. Now, there are private charter schools that you have to pay for, but mine was a public, so it was free. And some of the teachers were not equipped to, like in 1st grade, my son was teaching and reading to his class. By the 3rd grade, there were kids that, couldn't recognize their name when it was on paper, and they had to put my kids up in like more advanced classes. And on the other side note, Montverde Academy, that's a private school. It's been around for years, and it has cranked out some of the top athletes that you've ever heard of.
Yeah. Ross was telling me about that place. Is basically a factory for professional basketball players and football players.
Yeah, so,
hey, Jen,
so I didn't have a good experience with the public charter school, but that was just my experience.
Right.
So I'm sure there are other people that do.
let me ask you a couple questions about that. I find this very interesting. So, why did you put your kids into a charter school?
Because we had an older cousin that was already there, and she was having a good experience. So they actually the school is now defunct. It originated in Tampa, and they decided to try to move into Orlando. This was the only one they had in Orlando. They had a couple locations in Tampa, and they built a new school, which was great, and then they moved it. And that's when things kind of went downhill. I think they got in over their head.
Right.
Like, They didn't have the right staffing. They didn't have things in place to deal with specific students and issues. And I think they just expected everybody to show up and have school all together when there's a varying dynamic when it comes to teaching.
Yeah.
And I have been a substitute teacher before as well, so I know that you can't just lump everybody in together.
Right.
Some kids need more training and some need remedial training. It's somewhere in the middle, and they were not equipped for that at all.
Gotcha. Thanks, Jen. I appreciate your call. I really do. 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Hey, Carol, how you doing? Welcome to the program.
Hi. You're calling on the air on my speakerphone.
Okay.
Well, so I know that.
Let me turn that down.
She's a teacher.
Yeah.
Not IT.
Oh, God.
Yeah, Carol, you're going to have to get back on your phone so we can understand you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, for some reason, when Ross put me on hold,
Okay.
You were coming off on my radio
Gotcha.
on my phone.
So what was your experience with charter schools?
Okay, I teach in Polk County, and Polk County has different kinds of charter schools. They have what's called a conversion charter. And what it is my school building is Polk County built the building, and they own the building, and they do the maintenance on the building. But they have a lot of schools over here in Polk County that are called conversion charters, and we have our own the whole Lake Wales area is its own charter school.
Yeah. And
they have their own school board, and Polk County gets the money, and then they hand it to them, and they may deal with the money themselves. And Polk County fought really hard not to get these private charter schools in because they've been having so many problems with them in Osceola County, which is against us.
Sure.
And they sued Polk County over it so that they had to let them in. And the schools that are coming in are not great. They're people that own, private people that want to start their own school, and they have no idea what they're doing.
Right.
But our schools are really great. The ones that are charter schools, conversion, are really good schools. We do everything that Polk County does. We're graded just like Polk County. Most of the schools are A's.
Yeah.
And we also can keep the cap of the 18 kids in early grades and the 22, and then, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where the public schools, when I was taught in public schools, you could get 30-something kids in a classroom because you don't have enough teachers.
So, Carol, the conversion schools are public charter schools.
Right.
Okay, and
it's a public school building.
But those private charter schools, they don't have to follow the same curriculum and rules. Is that correct?
No, they're supposed to. The ones around here, I know they all get grades, as like we do. But they run their money. Since they're a private company owning it, they're running their money the way they want to run their money.
Right.
So that makes a difference.
Yeah, thanks, Carol. I appreciate that. I think the big deal and what I was reading before is dealing with private schools, because the public charters, you just go. Like, you apply.
Yeah.
If your kid is qualified, they could go to school. The private ones are the ones I believe that are having the problems, because those are the ones that actually are working like for profit. So you set up the school, you get your money from the state, and you go there and you pay for your kid to go to school. And those are the ones I think maybe that are having the problems. And maybe it was just a misunderstanding on my part. I don't even know what conversion means there. Like, I don't even know why the word conversion is even in there. I wanted to ask her, but we're out of time.
I guess what she was saying, that the county owns the building, but the school is using it.
Right.
But it's not the public school.
Right.
It's a public charter.
I guess they pay
charter
rent
school.
or whatever.
More people say they want to call in and talk. I don't know if we're going to do this into the next hour, but I know we have trivia and Ross Thoughts on the way.
And we also have some breaking news right now, but we'll probably do this at the 6:20. I'll bring it back up. So if you guys want to call, you can call then. Deb, breaking news?
Yeah, former President Trump has been charged by the Justice Department for efforts to overturn the 2020 presidential election. He has just been indicted.
Am I having deja vu?
All right, this is the third time, right?
Yep.
Yeah, 407-916-1041. This is the one in Georgia? This is not. That hasn't been filed yet. This is the one that, okay, gotcha. Yeah. This is January 6th.
Let me keep it straight here.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah. The federal one, they added more.
Right. All right, 407-916-1041. We'll do trivia. Load them up. We'll do that next.
We have a prize. Get on board at 407-916-1041. Jim Colbert Show Trivia is brought to you by Cento Family Moving and Storage. That's CENTO moving.com.
This is Eric Dickerson. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Staples Stores.
The Broncos coming off a horrible day at training camp, losing receivers Tim Patrick and KJ Hamler for health reasons. I've been waiting until after camps to make my choice between the Broncos and Chargers in the AFC West. The choice now easy. The Broncos are going to have a very difficult time breaking into the top half of the AFC West with these injuries. I'm Colin Cowherd.
Staples has great prices on everything you need for back to school. Right now, 2-pocket poly folders and an 8-pack of Staples No. 2 pencils are just 50 cents. Offer ends August 26. Pricing and limits may vary in-store and online. School on, save on at Staples.
Wells Fargo lets you know where you stand with your FICO credit score. What if you knew where you stood with everything? Like your kids' friends.
Hey, boys. How do cows stay informed?
Dad, don't.
They read the Moo paper.
Mr. Otis, you're the funniest.
It's good to know where you stand. And when it comes to your FICO credit score, you can with a Wells Fargo account.
Visit wellsfargo.com/getFICO to learn more. Terms and conditions apply. FICO is a registered trademark of Fair Isaac Corporation in the United States and other countries. Wells Fargo Bank N.A. member FDIC.
And it's a beautiful day here at the Weekend Getaway. Oh no, looks like a loose stair on the porch. And he is out.
Add another one to the IL.
Not how they wanted the season to start. At Morgan & Morgan, we know injuries can come out of left field. As America's largest injury law firm, we've recovered over $15 billion for our clients. If you've been injured in an accident, call Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Look, some choices in life are complicated. Others, thankfully, are much simpler, like choosing Truist One Checking. There are no overdraft fees, lots of practical perks, and when your life evolves and account balances grow, we'll upgrade your perks automatically. Truist One Checking. One simple choice. Truist Bank. Member FDIC.
Why do you change your car's air filter? Because when it's clogged, it doesn't work. The same is true of your nose, the body's air filter. It's great at trapping allergens, dust, and viruses, but unless you clean it regularly, they can stay trapped, making you miserable. I'm Martin Hogue, inventor of Navage, the world's only nose cleaner with powered suction. Navage pulls saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, helping to flush out allergens, mucus, and germs. Here's a testimonial from a verified purchaser and a big Navage fan. Quote, I've been suffering for 30 years with chronic sinus infections and allergies. I stumbled across Navage. The suction is amazing. It cleared my sinus cavities better than anything I've tried before. Unquote. Navage has over 120,000 reviews with a 4.6-star average written by people who use Navage to breathe better, snore less, and feel healthier. Wash your body's air filter with Navage at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, and Target. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
Business owners, had enough of this yet? Are you just done and ready to retire? Is money tight
Or maybe business is at an all-time high. You have options. Don't just walk away. We can help you sell, retire, and just relax no matter what your situation is. Hi, I'm Andy Cagnetta, and at Transworld Business Advisors, we've been selling businesses for over 40 years. And with offices located around the world, we have thousands of buyers ready to buy your business now. Don't wait until the last minute or try to do it yourself. That is a recipe for disaster. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value and how Transworld can maximize your eventual selling price. We will help you win. And in the current climate, you need help to sell your business. Call Transworld at 833-SELL-FLA. Or visit tworld.com. That's 833-SELL-FLA. Or visit tworld.com.
Did you do it yet? Have you opened the free iHeartRadio app and listened to this station to be entered to win $5,000? Each day you come back to listen on the iHeartRadio app is another entry for $5,000 in cash. It pays to listen on the free iHeartRadio app. Download it today.
There are more identity threats than you realize. Even if you monitor your credit, only a little personal info needs to leak out, like your social security number or password, for you to become a victim. LifeLock alerts you to threats you could miss. If your identity is stolen, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft or monitor all transactions, but everyone can save up to 25% off their first year with promo code NEWS. Go to LifeLock.com.
Packing for your summer road trip? Leave the travel guide at home and bring the Autio app along for the ride. Autio brings any drive to life with fascinating stories about the places you go, all narrated by expert storytellers. Browse through Autio's more than 10,000 fascinating location-based tales to inspire your travel itinerary and discover unique destinations along the way. Wherever summer takes you, make your next drive an adventure with Autio, the perfect companion for your next road trip. Learn more at AUTIO.com.
At Wells Fargo, if you accidentally overdraw your account, we give you an extra day grace period to avoid the overdraft fee. What if everything came with an extra day?
Sunday night and I have the Sunday scaries.
Honey, don't be scared. Every weekend comes with an extra day now.
All right. TGI Sunday.
It helps to have an extra day. When it comes to overdrafts, you can with Wells Fargo.
Visit wellsfargo.com/getextra to learn more. Terms and conditions apply. Subject to timing requirements and the bank's funds availability policy. Wells Fargo Bank N.A. member FDIC.
Millions of kids in America depend on the meals they get at school. When school's out for the summer, many of those meals disappear. Kids and teens can get free meals right in their neighborhoods, provided by local schools and community groups. To find the nearest meal site for your children, just text the word food to 304-304 or go online to nokidhungry.org/help. No questions asked or registration required. This service is made possible by No Kid Hungry.
So apparently Facebook is still a thing? Search gym members and join our group.
Cannot get enough of this cover. I can't. And Jack plays it, and he knows I gotta wait.
Sitting with my broken glass, my four walls follow me through my past.
Here we go.
I was on a Paris train. I emerged in London rain, and you waiting there, swimming through apologies. Let's go. I remember a touch I found out of my words. God, I was hoping you would change your mind. I remember a soldier standing next to me, riding on the metro.
All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. That is System of a Down covering Berlin's Metro, and it's very good. By the way, System of a Down has, what was the one album, the album that really broke them? God, they had like two like right there back to back that were as good as it gets. I mean, that is one of the best rock albums.
I know Hypnotize and Mesmerize.
Yeah.
That was like a double album that were kind of like connected.
Yeah, yeah.
And those, I really enjoyed that album. That wasn't the album, though, that made them super famous.
No. 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb is here. Jack is here. And Ross has the sauce jar.
Toxicity.
That's it.
Yeah. Sorry about that. All aboard!
Chugga chugga.
Choo choo. Clickety clack, clickety clack.
I have a beautiful pair of tickets to see John Waite, 40 Years of Missing You at the Hard Rock Live.
Good
November 12th. Tickets are on sale now at Hard Rock Live at the box office or at Ticketmaster. I also have a beautiful pair of tickets to the Orlando Pride versus the Washington Spirit. Friday, August 4th at Exploria Stadium. Kickoff is at 7 p.m. That is your Sauce Jar, which is always brought to you by
Cento Family Moving and Storage. Got a move coming up? Call them. They can handle it. Even if it's local, doesn't matter. Long distance, residential, or commercial. Just matters that you mention the Jim Colbert Show because that's going to get you a discount. Book them today at CentoMoving.com. That's CENTO moving.com. Really quick, clickety-clack. Back to you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that. Ross, who's first today, friend?
Let's welcome, this woman had the cutest voice. She is so pumped to be on hold. Let's welcome. She sounds exactly what her name is. Let's welcome Betsy.
Betsy.
Betsy, how you doing?
Hello. That's so bad. I'm doing really good. You put a smile on my face. Thank you.
You put a smile on all of our faces as well with your upbeat voice. Would you like to play a little game with us? Okay, got it.
Yes, I'd love to play a game.
Thank you, Betsy.
Game show.
All right, Betsy, this is a real easy game. Got a question here for you. 4 answers. One of them is untrue. It's a lie. It's a fib.
Oh.
If you can find it, I will send you to the Sauce Jar and off to see John Waite at Velvet Sessions or some other cool stuff as well. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go. On this day in 1979, guys, 1979, actor, model, producer
Fabio.
He's a giant. He's played 2 superheroes.
Chris Pratt? No.
He sure loves Spam and pineapple, I'm sure.
God,
not Jason Momoa.
Jason
There you
Momoa
go.
is the answer. Today is Jason Momoa's birthday. Are you familiar with who Jason Momoa is, Betsy?
Yes, I am.
Oh, I bet
Yeah,
you
she's
are.
a living,
I
breathing
bet you
woman.
are.
Yes, she is.
Well, here are 3 fun facts about Jason and 1 lie that swims with the fishes. Here we go. Number 1, he was raised in Iowa. Number 2, he's a big fan of rock climbing and actually has his own line of rock climbing products. Number 3, he travels with 2 stuffed animals. One name's Potato and the other's name is Piggy Big Spirit. Or lastly, his last name translated in native Polynesian means heart or compassion. Which of those is a lie?
The last one.
God, the last one is exactly the answer. You're a winner.
Yay, Betsy!
Unbelievable.
I thought for sure it had to be number 1.
Unbelievable. Yeah, you're a winner, Betsy. I'm going to put you on hold there. You can gather yourself about Jason Momoa and move on. You're welcome, honey. Thank you. I appreciate it very much.
Thank you,
All right,
Betsy.
I'll put you on hold there.
Did you hear that? Oh!
Yeah, she's so
It's like
excited.
Jason Momoa jumped in her lap.
Damn,
It sounded like the old woman throwing the diamond in Titanic
Yeah,
at the end.
I thought it was a good lie. Did you guys think it was that one?
Oh,
Damn,
yeah.
I thought I did it. Shut up.
It was obvious.
And I thought it was the Iowa one because it didn't come up earlier in our discussion of Iowa.
Right, yeah, purposely so. He was actually born in Hawaii, but then raised in Iowa. Then they moved back to Hawaii.
That explains.
There you go. He is a big fan of rock climbing and does have his own line of rock climbing products. And he does travel. This is the other one. I mean, this is just one you glaze by.
Yep.
He travels with 2 stuffed animals named Potato and Piggy Big Spirit.
That had to be true because I didn't think you would make up the name Piggy Big Spirit.
Yeah, that's the one. The first one you could see Jimmy coming up with, but Piggy Big Spirit?
That's when I ruled it out.
Why do you
no
think,
chance in hell.
Why do you think he has those 2 stuffed animals?
They represent siblings that have been lost.
His kids instead. But not have been lost. I mean, it represents his kids.
He knows where they are.
Oh, those were his kids' lovies.
Yeah, so he takes them with him when he travels and is on set or whatever because it reminds him of his children.
Oh my God, he's just got cuter.
He's got to tell. He's got to tell everybody that detail. Because if I think it's for you, man. I don't know.
And oddly enough, what do you think his last name translates to actually in his native language of Polynesian, which he speaks fluently, by the way?
Monster Bridge.
No, that's funny.
Burnt stick.
No. No, it's Piggy Big Spirit. No, it's not.
Warrior?
Wet.
Wet.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And he was Aquaman.
Yeah.
That's the connection you're making?
Yeah. Also, also the effect he has on.
Yeah,
anyway.
we're keeping it on
Thank
the air,
you.
buddy.
I wasn't going to say it.
I think Betsy knows.
Yeah.
That was why she went, oh.
You know,
Exactly.
my wife met him. My wife actually worked with him at like some convention years ago when he was like on his massive rise of being super famous.
Right.
And they have one photo together.
And it's annoying.
She is
Yeah.
way too happy.
6'4", 225, 230. He is a monster of a human being.
When I see the photo, I'm like, that's not how you smile.
Yeah.
Not with me.
Dude hates plastic. He won't use anything that's plastic. Matter of fact, he endorses this under this deodorant. But he said on camera, as he's kind of going through some stuff like this, his normal day, he goes, I love this deodorant, but I got to talk to the owner about this container. He said there should be no plastic in the world. Because he's big about the ocean, and of course it's,
His last name.
Pretty
Is it
littered,
right to link it to wet.
Yeah.
He's a couple other things about Jason Momoa you may not know before we get over to Raw's thoughts. He's a Buddhist. There you go. Ironically, his last name translated does mean wet, or excuse me, I got that wrong. It means dry. That's the irony. in it.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, Momoa means dry. My apologies.
No, it doesn't.
His famous arm tattoo has actual meaning. Do you know which arm tattoo? He's got one of those stereotypical kind of Hawaiian tattoos. And
Tribal tat?
It's triangles, like stacked up. Well, that actually has meaning because in his native land, his protective animal is the shark. So those triangles represent the teeth of sharks as a protector.
Cool.
Kind of cool. I agree with that. He played guitar and sang for a short-lived rock band called Sly Dog. So he plays like slide guitar, and he takes his guitar everywhere he goes. And then lastly here, he's a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Would you want to F with that dude, 6'4", 225, with all that skill set? That's a hard no. Okay, Deb, I get it. You will do it.
I didn't say anything.
Like, you should have seen my wife smile.
He is a painfully handsome guy. Look, I have no problem saying that. And he's gotten older. In his younger days, he looked fake. He looked fake.
There you go.
We were watching my wife and I were watching a preview for something. We were like going through shows, seeing what to add to our list. And I forget the movie it was, but she had zero interest into it until that cat came on the screen. And she's like, "Oh yeah, add this one."
Yeah, we'll watch it.
Game of Thrones. That's all I'm saying.
Oh,
I remember I was like, damn, Daenerys is so hot, but who is this guy putting in work?
Dude,
this guy's knocking it out of the park.
And apparently he has a very close relationship with everybody from that cast. Like they loved each other, brother, sister kind of stuff. So,
yeah.
Seems like a really cool guy.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, it's unfortunate. He's so
the
cool.
one time I saw him on
he needs to be a douchebag when he's that good looking.
Yeah. Well, the one time I saw him on the Tonight Show, he was just like throwing tridents and he was nailing it.
Yeah. They have a bunch of video of him throwing axes. Like he does this charity event. And it's like this axe throwing thing. And he steps up and he's like 10 feet behind the line. And he throws it nonchalantly and it is a dead center, perfect throw. God, everything works for him.
All the guys in the room going,
yeah. All right, thoughts?
Yeah, I'm going to embarrass myself. You really enjoy when I embarrass myself. Something happened last night, and my wife laughed at me. Then I said, do I have to bring this up on air tomorrow?
I'm already
she
happy.
said, you have to bring this up. It's so good. I can't believe you're telling me this.
I'm already happy because I know she laughs at the same stuff I would laugh at you and you.
Oh, this is not good for Ross.
It's really bad.
All right, we'll do that next.
Real Radio and Carl Black Chevrolet want to send you and a friend to Nashville for a fun-filled weekend and tickets to see Luke Bryan. Register to win now at realradio.fm/contests.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Slowdowns continue on I-4 this afternoon in the Orlando area. Be on the lookout for a crash blocking the right turn lane westbound on I-4 as you make your way onto Sand Lake Road from the interstate. The earlier crash reported northbound on the turnpike is now just blocking the right shoulder between the 408 and Colonial Drive. If you see other traffic problems today, make sure to call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Irish Spring, the fresh scent of Irish Spring. And those sensational Irish Spring suds are just the reset you need to own the day. Irish Spring. When the spring hits you, you're ready. Pick up Irish Spring at your local retailer today.
Jim Colbert here for my friends over at the Filatowski Eye Institute. You know, your eyes are the window into your world. That's why I would never consider a discount. God, discount surgery center for LASIK vision correction sounds scary. And here's the great thing about the Filatowski Eye Institute. These guys have been around for like 30 years. They have 65,000 of these surgeries under their belt. That's what you want. The people with the most experience. You know what else you want? You want the people with the best facility, the nicest employees, and of course, the best equipment. And that's exactly what they have. State-of-the-art LASIK tech, fast recovery times, most people back to work the very next day. You don't have to worry about glasses or contacts. And if you have blurry vision, if you fought with it for years, this is a way to change your life. My son and my father-in-law had this experience. And like I said, thousands of Central Floridians have had their lives changed virtually overnight, courtesy of the Filatowski Eye Institute. And it's so easy. Just text 1041 to the number 868686. That way you can schedule your consultation today and find out what they can do for you. They even offer 24-month interest-free financing to qualified patients. Again, it's this easy. Simply text 1041 to the number 868686 and schedule that consultation. It's the Filatowski Eye Institute. For me, these guys are the only game in town when it comes to LASIK vision correction.
The Chase Ink Business Premier Card is made for people who make things happen, like me. I'm Sam, founder and CEO of Manifest, a product design company that makes everyday products designed smarter. I get 2.5% cash back on purchases of $5,000 or more, plus unlimited 2% cash back on all other purchases, which helps us make more smart ideas into a brilliant reality.
The Ink Business Premier Card. Learn more at chase.com/business premier. Chase for business. Make more of what's yours. Real business owner compensated for their participation. Account subject to credit approval. Restrictions and limitations apply. Cards are issued by JPMorgan Chase Bank. Any member FDIC.
You know that expression, the grass is always greener on the other side? Well, with Massey Services, it's literally true. Why? Because Massey does what the others don't. Every lawn is unique. So Massey starts with a detailed analysis and then builds a customized plan to prevent and control weeds, diseases, and harmful pests. Then they aerate to ensure water and nutrients reach the roots of your lawn. That's the Massey difference. Expect more and get it.
Attention business owners, was your company impacted during COVID? If you had W-2 employees during 2020 and 2021, you may be entitled for up to $26,000 per employee through the Employee Retention Credit Program. This is not alone. The IRS paid back billions already. We've helped thousands of businesses just like yours, so let us help you. At ERC Business Solutions, we make it simple. We do it all for you, so you won't have to worry about the complex application process. There's absolutely no risk. If you don't get paid, we don't get paid. Most businesses do qualify, even those with no decline in revenues or those that already got PPP. Discover how much you can claim. There's no cost or obligation. Call now, 800-375-1175. That's 800-375-1175. Get up to $26,000 per employee. Call 800-375-1175. 800-375-1175.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
It's happening now. International Diamond Center's spectacular Summer of Savings event, giving you a break from inflation and rising interest rates. Now for a limited time, you get IDC's incredible value price plus 3 years, 0 interest financing. And IDC will even cover your first 2 payments. Rings, earrings, bands, bracelets, colored gemstones, even GIA certified. Buy now and spread your payments over 36 months with 0% interest. How about a $3,000 pair of diamond stud earrings or anniversary band? Your payment is just $84 a month and will even cover your first 2 payments completely. Or how about some rollback pricing on wedding bands at IDC? Now through August, you can take 20% off any wedding band. That's price deflation. International Diamond Center's Summer of Savings event. Your refuge from rising prices. Special discounts and 3 years, 0 interest financing. Now for a limited time. Only at International Diamond Center. 4 Orlando locations. On approved credit, some product restrictions apply. See store for details.
Cento Family Moving and Storage is Central Florida's trusted source for local and long-distance moving. From packing to delivery, Cento Moving is fully licensed and insured to provide you a seamless moving experience so you can enjoy your new home in no time. Get a quote today at centomoving.com. Forget the stress, move with the best.
It's the Marketer's Report. Today, Capital One's Chief Brand Officer, Mark Mentry, weighs in on building loyalty with customers.
Capital One has really worked to create amazing access moments for our customers. We will do sound check parties so that only Capital One cardholders can get access to, and we can't pull that off without iHeart.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
This hour of programming brought to you in part by FAS Windows and Doors.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because your case matters. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Obviously, this is why YouTube was created. Obviously, at Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Killing it today, Bradshaw. Thank you.
Yeah, seriously.
All right, 407-916-1041. Out of System and Down in the cake. Not bad. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. I am Jim. Deb and Jack are here as well. Let's get some Ross thoughts.
It's weird. It's funny.
Open up the brain.
Sometimes.
Grab some thoughts.
It's Ross.
First thought.
Spelled like sauce.
Drink good beer.
It's Ross Thoughts.
Yes. Where do I get good beer? Oh, thank you, fake person off mic. I'm so happy you asked, because may I recommend Persimmon Hollow Brewing Company?
You may.
Ah, that's right. Ross Thoughts is brought to you by Persimmon Hollow Brewing. Man, they make great beer. Go check them out. They're local. They're there for you, and you should be there for them. So, check this out. I severely injured myself.
What? Did you really? I haven't seen you.
I know. I have
when?
not. I have not. I've been hiding it very well because, believe it or not, I have a very high pain tolerance.
Now, is this one of the things like you had where you stood up in the shower after sitting down and it scraped half of your back off with the down spigot? Because I
don't like that story.
I don't see any cuts or anything.
No, I think ligament damage.
Ligament damage?
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
Oh,
That's what
running.
you have now?
Yeah.
Running?
Not
you
running.
ran today, right?
I did run today. I went to a gym, busted out a sweat.
Whoa, you got hurt at the gym?
No, not at the gym. I know what I'm about to say, and I know what I'm signing up myself for. We have a lot of hard-working. We have roofers that listen to the show.
Nail guns up, gentlemen.
Myriad of blue-collar guys out there are just earning their dollars.
The amount of times I've gotten off a stage doing stand-up out in like Daytona, and a literal cowboy walks up to me and goes, "I listen to you every day.
Yeah.
I like what you're doing.
Son, I like what you got."
Yeah. I just want to look at those people, the people with calloused hands, and not from golf.
Oh, you don't say that out loud.
I just want to say, I know that this is going to sound as post-millennial as it gets.
Oh, no.
But I'm leaning in.
I am bracing myself for this now.
Oh, is it going to make Jimmy mad?
Very.
No.
It makes me upset because I didn't think that this was possible. Last night with my wife, one of our favorite activities right now.
Okay, I'm into this.
Diablo 4.
Oh, God.
What's that?
It's a video game.
Video game.
She is, listen, this isn't funny. I got injured.
She hit you.
No.
She wishes she did.
Probably.
Oh, yeah, got mad through the controller and the control. No.
She's a sorceress. I'm a druid. Do you know what that means, Jim? I can summon birds.
You can summon birds?
Even a poison creeper that deals easily 3,000 damage.
Oh, wow.
All right.
Okay, 3,000 damage.
It's
Pretty
big
bad.
time damage.
Oh, yeah, that's a lot of
you.
damage.
A lot of DMG right there.
All right.
Heavy crit. That's what my guy is based off of. Crits. Critical strikes.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, okay.
I also can summon wolves.
That's pretty cool.
I did not go with the second point edition of getting 3 wolves because I wanted my 2 wolves to heal me.
Okay. Deb, do you have the English to Celibate Teenager Handbook so I can understand this?
I tell you this because me...
English to incel.
Yeah. There, it's even better.
It's not funny. I got hurt.
No, you didn't, you big baby.
I've torn ligament damage.
Where?
I'm in the throes of a deep battle against all of, Satan's ghouls and goblins with my wife.
Okay.
She's casting her Frost Nova with a big surface area of ice damage. I hit my crows. My crows get spawned. My poison creeper. It's not doing enough damage. I'm about to die. I need the wolves. And I hit the button.
Okay.
To spawn my wolves, because I'm a druid.
Okay.
And I swear to God, I tore everything in my index finger.
No.
I hurt myself severely playing video games last night.
Did you ice it?
I took an ibuprofen. It's not funny, Deb.
Did you just say out loud that you injured yourself on a game controller?
Summoning wolves.
Summoning digital wolves?
There's 2 of them. Yes, I did. You weren't there. You didn't see how hard this battle was.
Well, how much were you injured? Like what, your finger cramped?
Well, this was like, first of all, this was a level 48 event. All right, I'm only level 45, so
what page is that on?
So I was, way above my head. So it was intense.
I don't
Go back to the definition of Momoa's last name.
I do not. I don't know how to process this. You injured yourself playing a video game, buddy?
Hitting that right bumper. I hit the right bump, and all of a sudden, I legit was like, ah! And I dropped the controller.
Okay.
Batteries shoot out everywhere.
Oh, my God.
No.
Yeah.
All right?
We don't
Because
want
I have
that.
tile, controller, hard plastic.
Oh,
Hello.
wow.
That's conflict.
Now, when did your wife stop urinating on herself from laughing?
I didn't tell her until the event happened. Because there was an event that, it hurt like Dickens.
I cannot believe it.
All right? Stage 5 Dickens. Okay? And I went ahead. It was time to go ahead, play another, Diablo 4 battle.
Oh, God, you played injured?
I played injured.
Oh, my. Where are all the purple hearts when you need them?
But I decided it's time to smoke a little bit of cannabis.
Okay, right. So yes, okay,
All right.
of course.
I put it in the grinder.
Okay.
I go to grind said cannabis, and my finger just goes like, screams at me.
It makes that horrible of a sound, huh?
I try to grind my weed, and it hurts so bad that's when I legit let out like a guttural
The funny thing is, you probably lost them at first, and then they went, not the grinder.
Exactly.
Yeah. I then dropped the grinder.
Okay. Whoa, dude.
Yeah,
I thought you said that we're going to be able to say this on the air.
Yeah. I dropped the grinder. I lose about, I don't know, close to a gram, half a gram, something. All of that just ground up on my floor. I have tile. I already told you that. You must be thinking, well, just pick it up and
Well,
smoke.
just sweep it up.
I have dogs. I don't trust my floor weed. Once my weed hits the floor, I'm smoking sand. All right? I'm not proud of it. I'm not proud. I have a robot vacuum, but it's been old. It needs a new engine or something. It's not picking up a lot.
This is a lot. You understand, right? This is a lot for normal people to hear. This is a lot. I hope you understand that, right? You understand the value of what you're saying right now, right?
Yes.
That you injured yourself on a video game and then re-injured yourself on a marijuana grinder.
Well, I was already injured. It wasn't the grinder that caused the injury, but it was what really
You exacerbated the injury with the grinder action.
And then my wife couldn't. She asked me what was wrong because she heard me oh. And all of a sudden the room just kind of smelled like a future divorce. Because I had to answer the question of I hurt my finger.
In the grand scheme of things that your wife has discovered about you, like when she called and asked you to turn the power breaker off and came back and you were laying naked on the bathroom floor, or the time you cut yourself, saw your blood, and passed out, or this now video game injury, what do you think to her is the most egregious or unmanliest of your maladies?
Do you? Can I be? Do you see the problem here, man?
Oh, yeah, I'm fully aware.
Okay.
Fully aware. But do you guys see the problem with yourselves?
No.
Can I tell you? I do not.
Yeah.
I just hope that's not the finger you use to open up your beer.
It's not. I'm a middle finger guy.
Okay.
Oh, thank God.
But
how do you plan? I mean, are you going to the doctor for this?
Yeah,
Please.
is there surgery?
There's a legit chance that I might.
Please, God, go to the doctor.
Is he
And
going to
if
be
you
on
don't-
the injured list?
And if you don't mind, please videotape video yourself telling the doctor you injured yourself playing video games.
How come it's not wrapped? How come you don't have it wrapped today?
Like Tiger, you put the
He should have a
athletic tape.
sling on his arm.
Yeah, something. I'm with that. Oh, you were joking? I think the real problem here is
Somebody said just crack your knuckle. Could you crack your knuckle right now?
no.
You couldn't.
It would hurt a lot.
Let me crack it.
No.
I tell you what. Let me pull your finger. Let me come in there and pull your finger right now.
I think the problem here is that you guys don't understand how intense a good battle in Diablo 4 is.
Yeah, buddy, I got to tell you.
You're not going to pull my finger.
You are 1,000% right. I do not understand the magnitude of this. I am still dealing with it.
Let him pull your finger.
Like, I don't know.
Come on, let him pull your finger.
Yeah, Ross Thoughts is brought to you by
Come on, go in
Persimmon
there and pull his
Hollow
finger.
Brewing Company.
I'll pull it.
Make him squeal.
Jokes aside, I do open up my beers. Oh, you just hurt your finger? Look at that. Karma much? They make great beer. Persimmon Hollow Brewing, their blood orange wheat is the summer beer of Central Florida of 2023. I'm calling it right now. It's my favorite beer to drink out on a golf course. That sun's blazing down on you. You crack open that blood orange wheat, and everything starts to make a little bit more sense. Andy and Robbie, the people behind Persimmon Hollow Beer, I promise you, they love making beer. This is what they talk about. This is what keeps them up at night. Their own brewery. That's what they do. You can taste how much they give a damn every time you open up a Persimmon Hollow beer. So go out, visit them. They have 5 locations. My go-to location is right there, downtown Orlando, right next to Lake Eola. It's a very fun time. So visit them at phbeer.com to see the other 4 locations, or go ahead and just wing it. I love going to Lake Eola one. They just announced the Cholo hot dogs collaboration. 2 small businesses, 1 building. Let's make it work. Drink sensibly, but get weird. Visit Persimmon Hollow Beer. Those are your Ross Thoughts. I'm out. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I let you guys
Okay,
down.
I'm going to speak some intel to you.
Okay, please.
Does this mean anything? Yo, I'm rolling 15 skeletons deep with my necromancer.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I play with a
Oh,
necromancer.
God, I just hurt my thumb.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7. It's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by Gringos Locos and Secured Roofing and Restoration.com. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James, Miguel, Mike, and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Slowdowns continue on I-4 this afternoon in the Orlando area. Be on the lookout for a crash blocking the right turn lane westbound on I-4 as you make your way onto Sand Lake Road from the interstate. The earlier crash reported northbound on the turnpike is now just blocking the right shoulder between the 408 and Colonial Drive. If you see other traffic problems today, make sure to call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Goldco. Look, our money is being attacked from every angle. Inflation, rate hikes, banks failing. That's why thousands of Americans have decided to protect it with gold and silver. Goldco can help you diversify your money, and you could get up to $10,000 in free silver. Call 855-707-GOLD.
At Fifth Third Bank, we give you free checking, never have hidden fees, and help protect your identity.
Oh, really?
Yep. See, our name equals 166.7%. So we put in that much effort.
Well, my name's Jim, so I guess I'm headed to the gym, and I'm gonna put in 166.7% effort too.
Oh, I'm proud of you.
No one's ever been proud of me.
This is banking a Fifth Third better. Fifth Third Bank, National Association member FDIC.
This is Steve Kramer. Let me tell you a business secret. There are sketch companies out there selling awards. Make sure the awards earned by your lawyer are from respected organizations. At Trenley Kramer Law, our lawyers have been recognized by Orlando Magazine Best Lawyers, Florida Trend Legal Elite, Super Lawyers, and listed in U.S. News as a best law firm for years. We've earned the awards that can't be bought. Trenley Kramer, TK Law, one firm for life,
It's hot. We all know that. Have you noticed your power bill is skyrocketing? The current cost of energy is the highest it's ever been, and it's probably going to just keep getting higher. Solar Source can change that for you. I recently took the plunge with Solar Source with my pool heater, and man, it's been a game changer. I love working with Solar Source. Solar Source has nearly 40 years in the business. They bring the power of the sun to over 6,000 Central Florida homes since 1984. Mine and my mom's and my sister's included. Solar Source makes it easy with a free estimate. Monster listeners, they have an online tool that lets you get your own solar estimate in just 30 seconds. No pressure, no salesman, just the facts. You can harness your own power and stop wasting thousands of dollars every year renting your electricity at higher and higher prices. Visit solarsource.com/monsters and see how easy it is to get your instant hassle-free quote. Solar Source, the most trusted name in solar. solarsource.com/monsters.
Baby boomers and retirees, protect yourself from the coming tidal wave of higher taxes. This administration's spend and tax schemes, along with their failed economic policies, are only going to add more to the taxes already being taken of your retirement savings. You can gain retirement tax protection from national talk show wealth strategist and best-selling author Chuck Oliver of The Hidden Wealth Solution. Learn how you can get a head start to be retirement tax smart. Imagine learning proven solutions, saving thousands in unnecessary taxes. Visit retirementprotected.com. Retirementprotected.com.
I had a radio listener call me after an accident. The insurance company offered him $700. He hired me that day and we recovered $100,000. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Potential clients may not obtain same or similar results. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
Car market slipped quite a bit. I think it's leveling off now. My name's John Clay Wolf, owner of GiveMeTheVin.com, and I'd like to buy your car. Look at our reviews. Better Business Bureau, 4 stars. You can trust us. You can trust our money. Go to Give Me the VIN. We'll buy your car. We pay fast. Checks on Bank of America. You can drop it off at one of our locations or we'll come pick it up. Bada bing, bada boom. GiveMeTheVin.com, America's best car buyer.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
When money is tight, a little breathing room goes a long way.
It sure does. An Amscott installment cash advance from $100 to $1,000 could mean more money and more time to pay it back, all with no credit check. Amscott, some restrictions apply, subject to approval.
The Home Depot and Behr have what you need when you need it, delivered straight to your job site and at an everyday low price. We're now delivering top-rated Behr paint, stains, and primers directly to you same day or next day. Plus, pros earn discounts with Pro Extra Paint rewards. Contact a Behr Pro Paint specialist to schedule your paint delivery today. The Home Depot. How doers get more done. Limitations may apply. Not available in all markets. See store for details.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
Main office, Orlando.
Are you a business owner, CEO, or responsible for marketing? If you are, iHeartMedia can help you reach your goals and find new customers. We reach more consumers in your target area than anyone else. And we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively across radio, digital, podcasting, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeartMedia can work for you. From your cell, dial pound 250 and say keyword great results. That's pound 250 and say great results.
The podcast Journalista tells the improbable life story of Courtney Cookie Hood. Follow Cookie's adventures from working for CBS News in Managua during the Nicaraguan Civil War to blowing the lid off the Iran-Contra scandal and almost taking down the Reagan presidency.
They're assuming that I know what I'm doing, that I'm a journalist. I wasn't. I was being thrown into the Coliseum to the lions. I had not a clue.
Listen to Journalista on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Injured? Hire America's largest injury firm, Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
If you don't know what web goals are, consider yourself lucky. If you feel like helping out, go to JimColbertLive.com and look at stuff.
Just hearing that Ross plays Diablo 4 warms my heart. I called in a couple days ago when you guys were talking about romance languages, and believe it or not, Diablo 4 is actually one of the things that my wife and I play together that we both find kind of romantic just because we're, sitting together playing a game. I'd love to get your gamer tag if you're on PlayStation 4, Ross.
Oh my God, guys. He'd love to type it in, but that injured finger,
It's going to take a while.
He's got a lot of rehab.
Yeah.
Months, I hear.
Unfortunately, I'm an Xbox guy, which is, I drink Pepsi in the video game world. But what he brought up about just it being romantic playing a video game with your wife, I cannot. It is the happiest part of my day when me and my wife are couch co-oping a video game.
Yeah. We don't do the video game, but my wife and I just spend a lot of time just hanging out on the couch. My wife loves to just sit there. She throws her feet across my lap, and we just watch TV, whatever it is. And really, to be honest with you, there's a lot of times we just, TV's on, we'll end up talking or just do whatever,
I've even found this. So, like, every marriage relationship argues, right?
Yeah, sure.
I think it's inevitable.
It's healthy.
Yeah. All of my arguments of recent in my marriage is video game based.
Is it really?
So I feel like we're still getting the steam out, but we're fighting over like electricity damage that a staff does.
But it never gets serious. I mean,
what?
You and your wife have serious disagreements about video games.
It's a team. We're a team. And I need my enemies to be stunned. She has a weapon that causes stunning. Why would I not voice that?
Because
that's a valid question.
Thank you, Deb.
It's just below the belly button. Yeah, that's one of the reasons. Anyway, welcome back. I'm Jim, 407-916-1041. Deb is here.
Hello.
And Jack is as well.
I got that.
Took him a few, but he got it.
I'm still working on it.
Yeah.
Which is ironic.
You're sitting on it. Anyway. So what do you and the fiance do? You watch a lot of baseball together, though, right?
Yeah, we do. So,
it's so great that you love baseball. The funny thing is talking to you, I would never in a million years have you as a baseball fan, but I know you are.
Are you kidding? We're 25 minutes into the MLB draft. I haven't gotten any text messages. But what's going on with Stroman? We already know Bellinger is not going to the Yankees. Sorry, Jack.
Yeah.
No, really, I'll just sit with my iPad and watch animal videos.
And it's in the background, and you kind of, and he's like into it.
Thanks to you, I have AirPods.
Okay, very nice.
So I'm able to do my thing on the couch. But then, we do have other TVs, and I could go in the other room and watch something else, but then we end up spending the night apart.
Yeah, it is kind of better being in the room. My wife and I have done that as well. She likes, like I said, that TLC TV. Primarily, though, it's the 90-day thing, but now she's on that Married at First Sight game from Netflix. And, buddy, let me tell you, however you feel about shows of that nature, you watch that Married at First Sight thing, that is a true, no-joke science experiment happening right in your face. And of all those quote-unquote reality shows, I think that one has to adhere to reality as much as possible to make it even remotely viable. And I will tell you, I would just go and pick a season. It doesn't even matter what season it is, and watch the first 2 or 3 episodes of it and tell me if you don't think the same thing. I'm not joking. It is fascinating. I mean, they take 2 people who basically go to what is a dating site. They fill out basically a form saying their likes, and it's a psychologically designed form that they fill out. Then they put the information into a computer. The computer spits out basic matches, and then they pair these 2 people together scientifically to create what they think would be a long-lasting relationship based on the information they've entered. And it's fascinating to see what comes between them. Like these couples will have a lot in common, but yet it doesn't matter. There's 1 or 2 little things that they will have disagreements about, whether it's how you live with your family, how you talk to your dad or your mom, and those things can break people apart completely. Everything else would be 10, 10, 10, 10, and those 2 little things, and it's real. I mean, that's the thing, because that's what happens in real relationships. So crazy. What do you do, Jack? What do you guys do?
We've been watching TV together, but sometimes if she wasn't always interested in television, not as much as I am, or movies. But we find stuff to watch together. Like I mentioned earlier, we kind of went through and we kind of built up a list of things that we were both interested, just to have that, ready to go. But like last night, she wasn't interested, but she stayed in the room. She'll just scroll on their phone, and I watch Quarterback on Netflix.
Yeah.
On Netflix.
How's that?
It's pretty. It's starting to get the juices flowing for the season.
Right.
It's I think the Hall of Fame game is Thursday
night.
Yeah. So, but it's really neat. It's behind the scenes of 3 quarterbacks, and it just follows them through all of last season.
It's Kirk Cousins, Patrick Mahomes, and who else?
Mariota.
Marcus Mariota, who was starting with Atlanta at the beginning of last season.
Right.
So you kind of follow them in their 2022 campaign, but see what they are at home, at practice, and all the things they're doing, and then direct interviews. It's executive produced by Peyton Manning, who flat out in the beginning says he believes quarterback is the toughest and most demanding position you can play in all of sports.
Yeah. Boy, he had a great quote. I saw a little clip, and it was one of those great quotes. I think it's his dad that used to say this to him, or maybe a high school or college coach used to say that pressure is what you feel when you're not prepared. Like you only feel pressure if you're not prepared. Because they asked him, how do you deal with that pressure all the time? How did you deal with all that? He goes, well, if you're prepared, you don't really look at it as pressure. I found that to be quite amazing. Like I was like, that's pretty powerful. That's a coach stating for sure.
Yeah.
I was supposed to start watching Hijack last night on the recommendation of my good friend Deborah Roberts. Have you guys met?
I've heard good things. Yes, I've met Deborah.
Okay,
Lovely lady.
Yeah, she's wonderful, man.
I've heard really good things about Hijack.
So she told me it was sit on the edge of your seat kind of thing. Then I'm listening to the Monsters the other morning, and Holmesy says, he goes, man, that's as good as it gets. He goes, you are legit sitting on the edge of your seat. Like you can't believe, like you are literally leaning into the TV. And my wife, unfortunately, had to work until like 11 o'clock last night. So I just wound up playing poker online until I went to bed because she was in there just doing her thing. And when she gets locked in, there's no talking to her.
So Ryan Holmes said that about sitting on the edge of your seat?
Yeah.
Sean Watson said the exact same thing, that he was literally on the edge of his seat.
Yeah, you just literally, because every scene you just kind of lean a little bit closer and closer to the TV.
That's crazy.
Checks out because it's a show about an airplane.
Yeah. Well, I will tell you, I watched that show, or the movie Plane, right? The one with Gerard Butler.
Yes.
And I told you guys, and I'm telling you, even if you don't watch the whole movie, because it's a stereotypical kind of, corny, we're rescuing everybody movie, and there's some stuff that's painfully unbelievable. But that first 10 minutes of that movie, man, that's as anxious as you can feel like watching something on a screen. It's pretty crazy.
I'm so stoked for you guys to watch the Michael J. Fox documentary.
Yeah.
I was blown away by it. One of the best things I've seen all year.
You know what the cool thing about that is, and I'm so glad you kind of recommended that. My wife kind of grew up, watching, replays of Family Ties. So that was one of her things. So Michael J. Fox was like a thing for her. Like she really recognizes that cast. And we have a weird gap because I'm 9 years older than her. So that 9 years is just enough to put us out of that realm of things like music and movies and TV shows.
Those shared experiences.
Right, exactly, because my stuff was the 80s. Hers was like the early 90s. So, and, we went to a show the other night. They were playing cover rock, cover songs. And she's like, man, I'm literally 5 years away from being able to, get into this with you. But it's those songs that were just a little bit before me that I didn't hear as much.
How old were you when you met your wife?
I was 63. I was.
She just graduated middle school.
I have a little pop quiz for you.
I think it was 36 or 37, and then she was 27 or 28, something like that.
All right.
Do you think?
Oh yeah, play it.
Do you think that
Still got a kid.
that relationship would have gotten off the ground though if you were 29 and she was 20?
No, because
it's a whole different person at 20 versus 25.
And for me, it was way different. I my divorce, changed the kind of person I was. I was not necessarily a very good person for a while.
Post-divorce or pre-divorce?
Well, pre. I mean, probably the last 4 or 5 years of my marriage, I just wasn't a good person. We just had already kind of, it went sour, and just a bad guy, man. Did a bunch of very indulgent, stupid stuff that I regret wholeheartedly.
The reason why I ask you about the age difference is because the one time that I dated somebody younger, I hated it. I could not find any common ground. I'm bringing up Power Rangers.
Yeah.
She is like, what does a national park have to do with anything?
Well, the great thing is I love music of all genres. So the thing is with her, like the 90s thing, I absolutely, I don't have any problem with that whatsoever. But I can't lie, though. There are some challenges.
Yeah, I would think inevitably.
Yeah, there are
But the
challenges.
cool thing is though that she can introduce you to things that weren't on your radar. Your marriage covers more time. There's more content that both of you guys enjoy.
Sure. And do you believe the old soul theory?
That some people have older souls.
Yeah, some people are like beyond their age. Like she's at 27, she was already like the mom of her group of friends. Like she was the one that was responsible. She was the one who wouldn't, do the stupid stuff. She didn't make irresponsible, decisions. So she was kind of she was, very mature at 27 years old. And I think your wife is kind of the same way, dude.
Yeah.
I think your wife is a little bit of an older soul. When I talk to her, it's not like talking to somebody that age. I mean, she has the wisdom beyond the age of being somebody in their early 30s.
She's really good at paperwork.
Well, she's good at everything. I mean, she's good at conversation. Your girl's a good conversation.
You should have seen me try to fill out my passport.
Yeah.
Babe.
Yeah, oh God, no.
Babe.
And your man's younger, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but there's not enough of space there for there to be any issues, right? I mean,
no, not a lot.
Issues is a strong word.
Well, I mean, say issues.
Yeah,
I mean, just the differences.
Yeah,
things
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Dev's not going to be arrested for dating him.
Yeah, what I'm trying to say is hate.
He's about 5.5 years younger.
All right, Dad.
All right, Dad. There you go.
Thank you. Thank you. Like
It's always a swaggy ass move. It's always a swaggy ass move.
Did you hear she sucked her thumb? I still got to play. Yeah, so
need him to have that energy, yo.
Like physical activities, what do you guys do outside of watching TV and stuff?
Bikes.
You like to ride bikes? You guys ride your bikes?
Oh, man, do we?
We like to do yard work together.
Do you really?
Yeah.
God dang. We don't. I mean, we go to the.
But our yard is like a postage stamp.
Yeah, you can do it with scissors.
And almost, but and it's our first home together that we bought. So like I know Ross and Olivia went through that at one. You're dressing things up, making it your own.
Oh yeah.
So we do like that.
And we do that as well. And by we doing, I mean I do it. And this is the favorite thing that's said by any couple, right? When your wife says, "You know what we should do?" And immediately what that means. My favorite meme on the internet is a guy sitting there watching TV, watching football, drinking a beer, and his wife walks in with a measuring tape, and he just goes, "No, immediately, no." It doesn't even matter. I don't care what it's for. The answer is no. Dude, my wife is trying to get me to rip cabinets down right now.
Oh.
She hits me up for this the other day, and if she's listening, she's gonna be super pissed. She hits me up the other day. She goes, and look, I know what she wants to do, right? I get it, and it is a cool idea. There's no question, but it's like, okay, so on the surface, it's like, you know what I want to do? I want to take the cabinets down. I was like, okay, that sounds great. But the problem is, that's not where it stops. Like, you don't just pull the cabinets down. We don't know what's on the other side of the cabinets. We don't know what's under the top of the cabinets. We don't know if the ceiling is up to the cabinets or if they stopped it there and ceiling. And I know that sounds crazy, but I've seen it happen.
Oh, it's a thing.
And like you pull that down and you're like, oh, there's a hole in the ceiling now. So now, like, all of that turns into tile and blah, 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 and hiring people to do this. I'm like, baby, it's more than just, like, I know you want to see them down. She wants to just put shelves up there. Like, one of the new things is you don't have cabinets. You just have some shelves. All your stuff matches. You just put it up there with some nice tile in the back. It's a nice look, very clean.
Yeah.
I get the design idea.
You know what? This is what I run into. She does a lot of the aesthetics, and I get to do all the maintenance.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like
that's fine though.
Well, just like one day, there was one time. This was awesome. Forever grateful. I came home and she was like, I don't know if she took like an Adderall to the face or something, but she was on a ladder painting the house.
All right.
I was like, what? I guess that was a quick little in the moment. You know what I'm gonna do today?
Oh, my wife gets this.
Like what?
Oh man.
I hype myself up for a month before I paint a house.
My wife did this. She does. And she did the same thing. She goes, I'm going to start a little project today. And I come home and she has painted the stairs.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm like, baby.
And then a lot of the time, so like my entire backyard looks wonderful. All these beautiful tropical plants that I now get to take care of. So the upkeep of stuff.
Right.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You're not an orchid man anymore, are you?
I mean, we're an orchid family.
Yeah,
we sell orchids.
I got you, yeah.
I got a quap of that orchid, bro.
Have you guys tackled that backyard yet?
I mean, I think the summer has helped out tremendously.
Yeah. By the way, if you need any of the tools, I've got like a monster weed eater, weed cutter that doesn't have the rope. It's got the blades.
Ooh.
I got that for you. I got a pressure washer if you want to handle your driveway. You want to get that nice and clean. I got you covered there.
You can borrow it all because Jim won't miss it. Cole Black will because he owns it.
It's all his.
I got this. I
I had his chop saw for so long. He called me up and goes, "Hey man, I need my chop saw. And I go, okay, buddy, but listen, I got to have this thing back. And,
I got jobs to do.
I got jobs to do. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. We have last call coming up. 5 lines are open. Grab one of those. Call back from the show. A little joke, a little pun. Get on the board. Angry Eric and Party Mom and
Mike Larson
have been in a battle for the best last call. And Angry Eric has come through a little bit.
Yeah, I think it's a 3-way tie, like 50 to 50 to 50, right?
Yeah, something like that, Jack. Your math is solid. Charter school? All right. 407-916-1041. Load them up now. We have last call next.
Real radio is the news junkie.
It was like brown boxes, and there was a parachute, and they were coming down in several people's backyards in this neighborhood. But not from a plane. You may have made one of these at some point during your childhood.
A slingshot.
No, you're not going to get it.
Macaroni pictures.
How can it be macaroni pictures?
The news junkie. Weekdays at 11 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. And on this Tuesday night, we'll see a low of 75 degrees. Early storms possible. 92 tomorrow. Sun in the morning, storms in the afternoon. A 60% chance for rain. Thursday and Friday, our rain chance is down to a 30 to 40% chance, so only isolated during the afternoon, and high temperatures closer to 90 degrees. This weekend, though, the heat returns mid-90s and humidity with likely storm chances. For the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by Walt Disney World Jobs.
Walt Disney World Resort is hiring. Explore a variety of full-time and part-time roles at the heart of the magic and enjoy great benefits like complimentary theme park admission, exclusive discounts, and more. Apply today at waltdisneyworld.jobs.
And let's get you a new bathroom courtesy of Rebath in Mid-Florida. These guys are awesome. Dave Denbauer and his son Josh have been doing it in town for quite a while now. And the reason they've been doing it quite a while is they do a great job the first time. You don't have to worry about them coming back over and over. These guys are on point. Their install teams are incredible. Their products are incredible. And their showroom is awesome as well. And that's actually a key, really, to finding a great Rebath bathroom is go visit the showroom. Because once you go into the showroom, by the way, it's easy to find. 436 up and Altamont, right across from Kobe. When you walk in, you'll see some models set up, right? You're like, okay, well, I guess I just pick one of these bathrooms and they install it. That's not the case at all. Those bathrooms are actually just there so you can see the products made up like bathrooms. So you can get an idea of what that product may look like in your bathroom. Shower tub combos, just showers. They have just tubs. But the cool thing is they have all the products there. So you don't have to worry about going anywhere else. Once you hire Rebath, you are done. The toilets, the tubs, the sinks, the tile, the lighting, the cabinetry even. It's all right there from name brands you've known for years. My best bet, hop on the website, check out the before and after, see the kind of work they do, and then get these guys in your house for a quote. You are going to love your new bathroom, courtesy of Rebath, midfla.com.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go, shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
When it's the hottest day of the summer. But it's the hottest day of the summer. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Pick up Bud Light at your local convenience store today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
There are 16 spots in the playoffs and just one track left. Well, not just any track.
We're basically going to have to win.
Daytona. A last chance to keep playoff hopes alive.
1 point to the good.
And for fans to experience an event unlike any other. NASCAR weekend at Daytona International Speedway, August 25th and 26th. Get your tickets now at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
Deciding where to bank is no small task. It's a matter of trust, confidence, and benefits. The more the merrier. At Addition Financial Credit Union, we're all about more. More challenges overcome, more financial knowledge gained, more empowering you to reach your long-term financial goals. That's because we're more than just a bank. We're your financial partner, and we'll be with you every step of the way. Count us in at additionfi.com. That's additionfi.com. Federally insured by NCUA.
Be rewarded today. Donate life-saving plasma at Biomet Plasma. Your plasma can save lives, and you'll earn up to $400 in just 4 donations. Donating plasma is quick, easy, and worthwhile. Donate today at Biomet Plasma, 2501 Discovery Drive in East Orlando. Learn more at grifflesplasma.com.
These days, there are plenty of things to worry about, but keeping pests out of your home shouldn't be one of them. That's why you need Massey Services. Massey eliminates pests before they get inside. They start by carefully inspecting the inside and outside of your home and then focus customized treatments on the outside. Best of all, your satisfaction is guaranteed or your money back. That's the Massey difference. Expect more and get it.
Applebee's daily deals for $9.99 and under. There's a deal every day for everyone. Just $9.99 and under. That's all day, every day. Get into your local Applebee's now. Daily deals are dine-in only in limited locations listed on nrpneighborhood.com. Limited time only while supplies last. Participation varies.
Every day you breathe in thousands of tiny little germs, allergens, and viruses. Don't let these invisible invaders make breathing through your nose impossible. Flush them out with Navage. I'm Martin Hoke, and I invented Navage to make cleaning your nose easy. Navage uses powered suction to pull saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, helping flush out everything that makes you miserable. Nearly 4 million people use Navage to breathe better, snore less, and feel healthier. People like Dan, a verified Navage user who writes, I've had trouble with my sinuses for decades. I always thought something like this was a gimmick, but one use and I'm hooked. I should have bought this a long time ago. The results are immediate and incredible." Unquote. If you suffer from sinus congestion, allergies, or snoring, then Navage is the safe, drug-free solution you've been looking for. Navage is at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, and Navage.com. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
There's only one place to watch this nonsense. At Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Oh, express the distress. I'm innocent and I feel blessed.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Coming up tomorrow, Animal House.
We have Gifu Jennings and maybe Amanda Moser from the Central Florida Zoo if Amanda does not have jury duty.
Oh, man, really?
Yeah.
That's also, Scott Maxwell will join us tomorrow.
If he doesn't have jury duty.
I think that goes for all of us.
Yeah, for sure. All right, welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well. We are loaded up for last call, and of course, we'll get to you guys in just a few.
I'm sorry, Ross. You have any experience with jury duty?
Oh,
a light experience.
Light experience. Okay.
Yeah, an incandescent light, as in band. Because didn't you?
I read the paper wrong, and I showed up late.
Yeah,
a day late.
I have
Not
to tell
like
you,
30 minutes late. I showed up on the 24th, and it was on the 23rd.
I had a Ross moment this today. Well, similar to that is. So I was supposed to go over to see the guys at the Filatowski Eye Institute today because I'm going through another test. My wife and I both are going to get it because the one thing about the Filatowski Eye Institute, I don't really say enough in the spots, is if you're not a candidate, they're not going to go, hey, you should get this anyway. Just to have you as a patient and to get the fee. It's not like that at all. If you're not a candidate, they won't do the surgery on you. They may have other options for you or whatever, but they won't do it, right?
Right.
Which I find I like that a lot because that's integrity. It's them going to you like, hey, look, you're not there yet.
Right.
I had my last test in 2017, and my eyes haven't got like much worse, but bad enough where I may actually be a candidate now. So I had this appointment today. My wife got called into a meeting this morning, last night, that she did not know was coming down because we both had our staggered appointments today. So I had to call and cancel. So I called the rep or text the rep and said, hey, look, wife can't make it, blah, blah, blah. She goes, okay, just cancel and, we'll take care of it. Well, I did. I called and canceled. What she was saying is cancel for her because you could still make it. So I get a reminder text that I have an appointment in like 30 minutes. I'm sitting at my home in my damn underwear. And I was like, oh, my God. And nobody hates doing that stuff more than I. Nobody in the world hates missing appointments like that more than I do. I can't stand it.
It's not good.
And to the
what a bad luck.
Yeah, to the heritage. Oh, thanks, Jack. To the heritage rep. Like I've known her for almost my entire career. I've known her for 30 years.
Trying to get LASIK, and you just didn't see it.
Oh yeah,
it is right there.
It's right there.
It's right there.
So we're going back next week, and hopefully I'll have some news for you. Maybe get that done. Changed my son's life. My father-in-law too. Just literally. I mean, there's no way I can't reiterate it more than I can in the spot. My father-in-law walked out of that office, and a day later was, according to his wife, like, hey, I can see that now. Hey, I can see that now. He did it for a week. Hey, I can read this now. Hey, it was almost the same way. Game changer.
If I could give advice, though, anybody looking for LASIK, don't get the surgery. I don't even, calling it a surgery is honestly.
It's like 3 minutes long.
Yeah, it's really short. Yeah. But if you do, just trust the people that you're with. I had a lot of fun with my older brother when he got LASIK, because at least back in the day, like you have to wear glasses or you have to close your eyes.
The sun thing, because they dilate your eyes. The sun thing, you have to, like, for one day you wear these like basically sunglasses.
Yeah, but my brother and I went out to lunch, and I was just like pulling chairs in front of him.
That's awful.
He's just walking into stuff. He ordered nachos, and he would always think that he was like scooping something up, and he would ask me, Ross, did I get anything? I'd say, yeah, man, that thing is a lot of meat on that
loaded.
Nothing.
All right, 407-916-1041. Deb, who do we have to thank today?
We want to thank personal injury attorney Glenn Klausman of Klausman Law for bringing us one of our more popular features, What'd You Do That's New. You can see the master list at jimcolbertlive.com. Mm-hmm. And then we also want to thank Sam Bowen and Candace Rich for running all the fun over at YouTube chat.
Yeah, we appreciate that greatly. And by the way, if you have yet to subscribe to our YouTube channel, we would deeply appreciate that. It helps us out quite a bit, and do that with all of our social media as well. Yes.
Real quick, just I want to share this text that Big T sent us at 77031. So I just walked in the house after an entertaining drive home. Thanks, JCS crew. And I walked in the house, and my mom has your show on the TV. Then the first question she asks me is, quote, why isn't Mr. Jimmy wearing a shirt today?
Oh, God.
I had to take a double take. Great skin tone shirt.
My God, man, I'm not the. It's like a pig's belly. I don't. Is this my skin tone? Would you color me with a pig belly?
I didn't notice it.
The pig
I
belly,
didn't, but now I can't unsee it.
Bro, it looks like you're wearing your skin.
Jack, question of the day?
We do. Do you have BFRB, body focused repetitive behaviors? We talked about this when you kind of mindlessly will
pick or
either
twist
pick at yourself
or
or bite your nails or something like
Man,
that.
I think this is pretty high. I would say 70% say yes.
Little less than that, but definitely in the majority. 55% yes.
Wow, okay. I thought it'd be higher than that. Ross, stand up.
Yes, this Friday, the Gaming Community Expo. You can get your
Now,
tickets.
is your finger going to be okay for you to do stand up, buddy?
Good point.
Yeah.
Is it your mic hand?
Oh, yeah, that's it. Yeah.
I might have to pull out. You're actually right. It is my mic
We'll
hand.
get you a
But
Garth set.
if I do show, which I will, it's going to be this Friday. You can get your tickets off of gcxevent.com.
There you go. Ross Paget Comedy on all social media platforms. You guys ready?
Ready.
I was born.
Let's start with Ivanhoe Dave here. Dave, last call.
Hey guys, so I know that I'm not going to ever be as funny as Mike Budger Larson or Party Mom, but you know what? I'm a bourbon and cigar guy, so when I call in, I'll share life experiences and stories like that. But for this one day, I think I'll jump into the pool. So, koi fish have been known to swim in groups of 4. Scientists have often applied letters to those groups. So when koi fish are swimming in that group of 4 and a predatory fish comes up, koi fish A, B, and C will always take diversionary measures and leave behind koi D. For
Koi D.
diversion. Oh, that was horrible.
Oh, yeah. It was.
Koi D.
You're -1 right now, buddy.
Koi D.
Koi D. Don't get it. All right,
Koi
anyway.
D.
Steve, last call.
Damn.
Figured it on the way home.
Yeah, hey, how's it going? Hey, Ross, the gaming community actually might be really sympathetic to your injury. You might even get a couple people there that might, sympathize and have that kind of injury.
Yeah.
But anyway, did you hear that the Goo Goo Dolls and Lady Gaga were going to do a tour together?
No.
They were going Yeah, they were going to call it the Goo Goo Gaga Tour. And away we go.
He saved it with that.
All right,
Absolutely.
Angry Eric, last call.
Oh, boy.
Don't you tread on me because I BRFB you SOB.
Yeah. Good job, Eric. That guy's coming on strong.
He's leading.
Oh, no. And so the score is 3-3-2. Angry Eric is in second place.
All right, so Party Mom or Mike Larson?
Let's
went
go,
first last night?
Mike Larson first.
Yeah.
Mike, last call.
All right, everybody get your seatbelts on. This is going to be a rough ride. I couldn't decide if I was going to do this or not. And, Jimmy, I've been staring at your nipples all show. This is Mike Buzzer Larson here. I'm having car trouble. Jim, are we still using tranny fluid, or is it gender-neutral shift juice? Now, I can't figure it out. Give me the buzzer.
Get there. Gender neutral
shift juice.
Shift juice. That should be the name of the show. I don't know what it is right now. All right, Party Mom, take us home. Last call.
That should be the name of the show, and I don't think I can top that. So I had a really, really happy childhood. My dad would put me, my brother, and my sister in old tires and roll us down the hills. Yeah, dang, those were good years.
Oh,
good job, Party Mom. That was
it's between Party Mom.
I don't know.
all three were pretty good.
Angry Eric game.
If I was the judge here, I'm going to Angry Eric. That was all in content joke. SOB, RFRB, all of that. That was all Jim Colbert show. That was all original.
Okay, I'm going to agree with that. I think it should be Angry Eric today because I agree with you what you said 100%. And here's the thing. That doesn't take anything away from the other two jokes. They were both great.
Great.
And just like I predicted, tie score 50 to 50 to 50.
Okay, very
so
good.
the score is 3-3-3. Angry Eric coming out of nowhere.
I like it. I like it. Like a NASCAR race.
I know.
Watch out. Let's get the hell out of here.
I hope
Big
we
show
don't have to get prizes.
Coming up tomorrow, of course, Animal House, Scott Maxwell, and your calls, text, and talkbacks all day long. On behalf of Deb, Jack, and Ross, I am Jim. We follow the news junkie. They follow the monsters in the morning after us. It's Tom and Dan with the Corporate Time and our friends from Real Laughs. We will see you tomorrow at 3 for more of the Jim Colbert Show. Until then, have yourself a fabulous Tuesday evening.
Bye.
Yeah, right. Whatever.
A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan.